Bucs may have clinched the Mayor's Cup championship yesterday after their 10-0 win, but there's still baseball to be played today. It's Game 3 between the Bucs and Pilots as the final week of the regular season commences here in the ABL. The Bucs are going for the Mayor's Cup sweep and look to extend their firm grip on second place even more. Welcome inside the Mulcahy Stadium broadcast booth, everyone. Milo Hoffman alongside Alex Burstein. Yesterday, it was an offensive outburst. It was an explosion, 10 runs, and they shut down the Pilots. Just an excellent day for the Bucs all around.
Yeah, Bucs were knocking on the door of a run rule victory basically the entire game. Ended up not getting it, had to play all 9 innings, but the bats have really been awake this weekend, which is a great sign for the Bucs. And it just seems like everyone has started to hit after everyone wasn't hitting for a good 2 weeks. So everything's coming together for the Bucs. The pitching looked really good once again last night. So if all the pieces of the puzzle fit together, that's a great sign for Anchorage.
Yeah, you talk about the pitching. Eli Buxton went 5 innings, punched out 7 guys. I mean, he has the nastiest stuff, some of the nastiest stuff in the entire league. Honestly, the other pitchers that have the other nasty stuff are also on his team. One of them going tonight, Cade Vanaza, but Eli Buxton just so impressive.
Yeah, it was a great start, by far his best of the season. And I think the big thing with the Bucs is now the pitchers are more comfortable. They're not going 3 or 4 innings. Yeah. They're going 5 or 6 innings, qualifying for the win, and most importantly, making the bullpen do as little work as necessary. So he gave a very strong 5 innings last night. The bullpen closed it out, but it's good to see the starters kind of gain into the rhythm as this final stretch comes aboard.
Well, that's expected. Obviously, you know, as the season goes along, more length is expected out of your starting pitchers. A lot of these guys come over from colleges that have them on a firm innings count. They come over, they got to build them back up here in the ABL. But as I said, Cade Vanaza on the hill tonight for the Bucs, expected to go a decent length. He's gone at least 5 innings in his last 2 starts, and he's racked up at least 7 strikeouts in his last 2 starts as well. So Cade Vanaza expected to do a whole lot today. He's been an excellent starter this season for the Bucs in a rotation and a bullpen that's really come alive as of late for Anchorage. Originally, that was the part of the team that you're sort of wondering about after the offense was so good, but lately it's been the pitching that's been really well.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to say that after the team scored 10 runs yesterday, but you look at the previous 4 or 5 games, the Bucs were only scoring, 3 or 4 runs a game.
They gave up no runs yesterday.
A lot of games just because of the pitching, and Joe Silva will say it. The pitchers have been lights out recent, and not only has it been 1 or 2 starters, you go through the 4 or 5 man rotation. Everyone has been lights out for the Bucs, and it's just really, really good.
Yeah, pitching is contagious. Everyone says hitting is contagious, but pitching is contagious as well. The team's been pitching shutouts. They've been punching guys out. And it's true that the Pilots on the other side are a team that, are bound to strike out a little bit. They've been struggling offensively. Although they have been a bit better in the month of July compared to June, they are still hitting under 230 as a team. So they'll look to break out of their mini slump here today and try to get back in the win column. The Pilots are not technically out of the playoff push right now, but it's getting really, really slim chances for them as the season starts to wind down here in the ABL final week. So a win today would put the Bucs in just firm position to lock up a playoff spot. Now, technically, the Miners still have not clinched the first place spot in the ABL this season, but they're looking really good. They play the Chinooks today at 4 p.m.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door of that 1 seed. A win tonight most likely wraps up the 1 spot for them. So if you're a Bucs fan, you don't really care what the Miners are doing right now. Actually, you probably want them to win and distance the Chinooks even more from second place as well. The next couple of days for the Bucs, they should have that number 2 seed clinch and have their spot in the playoffs come next weekend.
This matchup against the Pilots for the Bucs is their second to last meeting with the Pilots. It's been 3 in a row this weekend. The Bucs going for the Mayor's Cup sweep over their fellow Anchorage side, the Glacier Pilots. Before today's game, I had the chance to catch up with head coach Joe Silva. He's been really liking what he's seen on the field, so let's take a listen to see what Skip had to say. Milo Hoffman here with head coach Joe Silva ahead of Game 3 in the Mayor's Cup between the Bucs and the Pilots. Now, you guys clinched it last night. How cool was that celebration? Gatorade on the field, ice flying everywhere. How was that?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know that they were doing that. So it was cool to see them, have some genuine, celebration and success. Obviously, with what it means for these guys in this town, really cool to see, and obviously always great to get the win.
Now, the offense has looked good against the Pilots so far. The first time this season, back-to-back double-digit runs in the regular season. How's the offense been clicking as of late?
Yeah, I mean, it's been clicking great. And that's a byproduct, again, I'll say it all the time, of working counts and making sure that we're doing our due diligence and having a good process about it. We see home runs as a result sometimes, but we'll take those singles, we'll take moving guys, running game, all those things that go into it, right?
Now, moving forward to today, Cade Finazzo on the hill. He's punched out 7 guys in his last 2 starts. He's really come up with that nasty stuff as of late. What are you looking for out of him, and what have you seen out of his stuff so far as the season's gone along?
His stuff's been really good, right? Attacking hitters early, and then he keeps his pitch count down just because he throws so many strikes. But he keeps hitters off balance, and then especially when that off speed's working, that makes the fastball look that much more quicker.
Grant Haas is back in the lineup today. How has he been progressing after that injury on the lower body, and where do you have him playing today?
Yeah, no, he's progressed really good. Just constant talk with like the trainers, and he went through some series of drills. So want to see how he reacted to it. There was maybe a chance that he got in yesterday just to get him an AB. But then when the weather started to cool off, we said, hey, I'm not going to risk it. But, got the 2 thumbs up from him, says he feels really good today. His time may be limited again. We'll just kind of play that by ear and see how he reacts. So not going to push him too much. He will be at short, batting second.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much to head coach Joe Silva for catching up with me before today's game against the Pilots. Now, you heard it there. We talked about Cade Finazzo, the starter, but one of the main focal points heading into today is the return of the Bucs shortstop. Grant Haas is back in there playing short. He'll bat second in today's lineup. After a couple games off, he's missed 8 games. Last time we saw him was on July 2nd, so really good to see one of the really, kingpin of this Bucs team back in the lineup. He's been a staple the entire year.
Yeah, it was a slow start offensively for Grant Haas, but right before the injury, he was quickly becoming one of the best offensive players on this team. That's why he's in the 2 spot tonight, but more importantly, his glove is just so darn good. Has the argument for best shortstop in the league when he is fully healthy, and during this home stretch where the Bucs are trying to get into this 2 spot and get into the championship series, it's really good. That's taking away nothing from Landon Underhill, who filled in greatly at shortstop, only had a couple of errors and about 8 starts, so really good stuff from Landon Underhill, but now he gets a little bit of a break, and Grant Haas hopefully will be healthy for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you talk about coming off the injury. He was hitting really well going into before he went down with a lower body injury. 7 for his last 20. His average all the way up above 300. Actually, he was leading the team in batting average before Logan Ewell just went on an absolute heater. Logan Ewell now 4th in the ABL in batting average with a 329 mark. So Logan Ewell will hit leadoff again today. Yesterday, he hit a home run against Adam Burkle, a position player. But listen, they all count the same. He now has 4 on the season, an ABL best. So Logan Ewell making his case for one of the best players in the entire league this season. It's just been real impressive to see what he's done. At the start, he started off a guy who actually didn't even play in the first exhibition game. Now, I know it's an exhibition game. It doesn't mean too much. But listen, you don't go out first exhibition game. You might not think that you're going to be a guy who's going to, be an everyday person for the team. You flash forward 2 months. He's batting leadoff. He leads the team in batting average, leads the team in homers, 11 RBIs to go with it. And without Logan Ewell, this Bucs team has just looked a whole lot different.
Yeah, he really just forced Joe Silva's hand and said, you have to play me because I am going to do really good stuff at the plate, and that's exactly what he has done all season long. Whenever he's at the plate, you can expect usually a reach, whether it's a walk or a hit, and recently that power has woken up as well. So just a true 5-tool player, and he's been perfect in the outfield. So no complaints at all out of Logan Ewell's play this season.
No errors over there in Rent. If you listened into our post-game interview with Logan Ewell yesterday, you saw the Mayor's Cup behind him. Grady Ferris and Jamie Robertson were holding up the big trophy in our post-game interview. That's because Logan Ewell was our player of the game yesterday. He went 3 for 5 with a homer over the right field fence. He has a lot of pop going out to right. I'm looking down the lineup. A couple new guys or guys who haven't been in the lineup as of late. RJ Ruiz making the start at third base. He bats third today. And Corey Bantum is back in there all the way down in the 8th spot. So good to see those 2 guys get involved in the lineup once again. It's a game 3. You're going for the sweep, but still a game that means a whole lot to the regular season.
Yeah, we've talked about it. The Bucs on the heels of clinching that playoff spot, so you want to still have that competitive foot on the gas, but also get some other guys the chances, guys who have started at different points in this season. Obviously, Corey Bantum was the best player for the Bucs through the exhibition slate, so he surely has a hot bat trying to reawake it in the regular season. But good to see Joe Silva trying some new things out, because you want to just have the best possible combination come championship weekend, and to get there you have to try a couple different things.
All right, enough picking apart the defense and the offense one by one. Let's just go through the whole entire thing. Logan Newell is batting leadoff for the Bucs. He's over in right field. Grant Haas back in the lineup, first time in 8 games he's playing. He's batting second at shortstop. RJ Rue batting third over at first base. It's Ren Matsuzaki doing the catching in there for the first time in 3 games. Batting fifth is Kai McGarry. He's playing center field. Moves over from left. He played left yesterday in the last couple of games. Right behind him, Austin Gamel. He bats sixth. He's over at second base. First multi-hit game for Austin Gamel in a whole while yesterday against the Pilots. Cooper Soselski bats seventh. He's over and left. Hit his first homer of the season back on Friday against the Peas. Corey Bantum in the lineup for the first time since June 30th. And Jaden Toki bats ninth. He plays third base. And doing the pitching today, Cade Finazzo, who's making his 5th start of the season, pitches to a 1-0 record. A really, really nice 2.08 ERA. He was actually on the leaderboard in the ABL, but now he's gone down because the relievers have caught up for qualified pitching. He's pitched 21 innings so far this season, and he pitched against the Pilots back on opening day. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, just 2 strikeouts. So not the best start for Cade Finazzo back on opening day. Didn't actually make the start, came in out of relief. So he's looking to do really, really well against the Pods today. His second start against, or second appearance that is, against the Peas. Well, another starter that we had the chance to talk to was Eli Buxton, who pitched an absolute gem yesterday. 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. And Alex Burson had the chance to start out our talk with the ASU product, so let's take a listen.
Alex Burstein here with Eli Buxton. I have today's matchup against the the Pilots. Eli, a few weeks left in Alaska. What's your experience been like out here?
It's been absolutely amazing. I've definitely gotten a whole lot better being out here, and I've met a lot of good friends I plan on keeping, and so it's definitely a blast out here.
Going to the spring, you had a few appearances at ASU. What was your freshman campaign like?
It was a little rough getting used to college ball, but in the end I grew a lot mentally and physically, so I'm just ready to come back this spring and do a whole lot better.
What's the experience like playing at such a prestigious program like ASU?
It's a lot of pressure, but I love that, and we're just trying to go to Omaha and win the whole thing, but there's definitely a lot riding on this season, and we have high expectations.
This summer you started as a reliever, you've moved into the starting role. Is that where you kind of feel you best fit your skill set?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm a better starter, but whatever they want me to do at ASU, I'm willing to do it to help us win.
On the mound, is there a certain picture you've really looked up to growing up, or you try to kind of reenact?
Yeah, Nolan Ryan, just his mentality on the mound and the way he faced batters and the intimidation factor part of that, that's who I try to imitate.
This summer, is there one pitch you've really worked on and you've seen develop over your time?
Yeah, my splitter, I didn't throw it a single time this past spring, and I've thrown it a lot here, and I've just gotten a whole lot better.
And then a couple of weeks left of the season. Do you have any goals or things you want to work on for the last couple of appearances?
Yeah, I want to get better at getting ahead in counts, and then just putting on weight outside of here.
Awesome. Eli Buxton up today's matchup. Thanks for your time, Eli.
Thank you.
National anthem just played here at Mulcahy Stadium, and that means we're inching closer and closer to first pitch. An absolutely gorgeous, stunning day, picturesque here at Mulcahy. 65 degrees and sunny in beautiful Anchorage, Alaska. It's a two-man umpire crew on hand today. Casey Mosier will call balls and strikes behind home plate, and Ethan McCraney is the field umpire. I'll go down the Pilots starting lineup as they're going to hit in the top of the first. It's Dylan Marks leading off, who plays shortstop. Jet Ruby right behind him, batting second. He's over at second. Andrew Becker plays center field, batting third. Adam Burkholdt, the DH today, bats cleanup. Right behind him, BJ Rodriguez over in left. He bats fifth. Edison Polanco, the third baseman, bats sixth. Hunter Klotz over at first. He's batting seventh. Ryan Christensen, the right fielder, bats eighth. And Carter Freeland, the catcher, bats ninth. And on the hill for the Pilots is Jackson Halverson, making his sixth appearance on the season, his second start of the campaign. Pitches to a 4.85 ERA with a 2-0 record. 10 strikeouts on the season. A guy who's been up and down so far for the Pilots so far this year. Has had some good and he's had some bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of good. It was just the last outing against the Bucs where he really struggled, was only able to go a third of an inning before the Bucs roughed him up. So if he has a good start, this could be a competitive game. But if he plays like the last time out, this could be a quick one. It's all up to the Bucs offense and how they see the ball out of Halverson's hand tonight.
The Bucs have taken the field. Going through their defensive warm-ups, we'll run through the defensive lineup for the Bucs. It's Cooper Soselski over and left, Kai McGarry in center field, and Logan Yule plays right in the infield from left to right. It's Toki, Grant Haas, Austin Cabela at second, and RJ Rue plays first base. Cade Finazzo on the hill, and Ren Matsuzaki is doing the catching. First time we've seen Matsuzaki back there doing the catching in a couple of days. A couple key guys have the day off today. Joey Narrett has the day off. He usually plays center field. Landon Underhill, James Florencio is not in the lineup today. So a couple of guys that are used to seeing in the lineup have the day off. Bucs going for the Mayor's Cup sweep over the Pilots. They clinched the win yesterday. They won 10-0. Didn't run rule them, but a qualified run rule win if it happened less than 7 or in 7 innings. But they scored the 10 runs later in the game. So he still played all 9. 10-0 win. Just a complete game for the Bucs. Pitching was great. Obviously, the hitting did its job. Cade Finazzo taking his last few warm-up pitches, and we're about set for baseball here at Mulcahy Stadium. Glad you're with us. Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein bringing you all the action as we have done this entire year, and so glad to be doing so. 65 degrees and sunny, partly cloudy skies, but about no clouds in our viewpoint. Wind blowing briskly out to the left. Cade Finazzo about set to tap his foot on the rubber. Two-man umpire crew, like I say. Casey Mosier behind the plate. And Ethan McCraney doing the umpiring in the field. Dylan Marks steps to the right-hander's batter's box, and we're about set to go. First pitch is a swing and a foul ball, and it's 0-1.
Marks has been a really productive leadoff guy for the Pilots this season. I mean, he really has fit the bill, especially over the last couple of weeks. This would be a huge first out if Finazzo can get it past Marks.
Marks comes in hot, 10 for his last 16. So he's been the epitome of a good leadoff man. 0-1. Fastball chopped on the ground towards short. Haas gets his first action, fields the first in time. And it's an out here in the top of the first. First one of the day. Nice to see Grant Haas get involved early.
Yeah, looking just like his retro stuff. Really good from Haas, and great to see he looks perfectly healthy out there at short. So good to get him involved early on, and perfect start for the Bucs.
I mean, sometimes you get word you're not going to see the ball for a little bit. First time back, you get a little antsy, but he got his feet wet early here. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. 2 p.m. first pitch. Now Jet Ruby offering to him. Fastball misses outside. 1-0. Cade Finazzo really likes to work quickly on the mound. He's already set back on the rubber at the letters. Now he comes home. 1-0. Fastball hit hard up the middle, through into center field, a base hit. So the number 2 guy, Jet Ruby, aboard with a 1-out single here in the top of the first. He's been doing that all season long, a 289 average for the second baseman out of Fresno State. So he's very capable of being a good hitter. 1 out with 1 on here at the top 1. That brings up Andrew Becker, the 3-hitter. It's 289 on the season, plays center field. Ruby off of first. Finazzo comes home. Changeup misses high and wide. 1-0 now on Becker. Leads the ABL in RBIs this season with 22 of them. One of 2 guys with at least 20. Kai McGarry, the other, playing center field for the Bucs today. 1-0. Changeup misses down and low. 2-0 now on Becker.
It's impressive he's gotten to the RBI mark laying so high in the lineup, because in that 3 spot, you're usually only going to have one guy on, and the fact that he's brought home 22 guys is just crazy.
Venazzo set at the belt. 1-0 pitch, slice foul. 2-1. Well, you got to give credit then to Dylan Marks.
Yeah.
He's getting aboard. Jet Ruby, like we said, just got aboard, singled up to center field. So the 2 guys in front of him, because Becker has been slotted into that 3-hole whole bunch this season, he's been doing his job. Rests his light blue bat over his left shoulder. Here's the 2-1 offering. Change up, slice on the ground. 2-2 now, foul ball, first base side. Bucs today in their all-white pinstripes with their black socks. Cade Finazzo has his socks way up towards his knees with yellow stripes surrounding his calves. Navy top for the Pilots with their gray pants and the blue stripe down the legs. 2-2. Fastball hit foul left field line. That'll make the stands. Still 2-2. John Witt's on ball duty today for the Bucs as he gives home plate umpire Casey Mosier a handful of new baseballs to get to work with. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Andrew Becker. Jet Ruby leads off first. Here's the delivery. Fastball misses outside at the knees. 3-2.
I wonder if as a pitcher you love or hate to be on ball duty.
I think I would like it. It keeps you involved with the game.
Yeah, but you don't get to like chill in the
It's true.
bullpen on your off day.
Payoff pitch on its way. Swung on, hit up the middle, right back to Finazzo. He checks at second, doesn't throw, now goes to first inside. So Jet Ruby advances on the play 90 feet into scoring position. It's a ground out to the pitcher, and there's 2 gone here, top 1.
Yeah, Ruby had taken off for second before the pitch, so he had a good leap when that ball was hit towards the pitcher. Finazzo, a good job to just check out the situation and make a clean throw. You would have had a chance at 2 had there hadn't been a stolen base attempt, but instead you'll just be happy with 1 out.
Here's Adam Burkholt. He's the DH today. Right on right. Fastball yanked down and away. 1-0. Well, Adam Burkholt making his case for a 2-way guy. He came on and pitched the 9th inning yesterday, gave up a 2-run shot to Logan Yu, but he was pounding the strike zone pretty good. 1-0 to the DH. Here it is. Fastball high and tight, and it's 2-0.
I don't know if giving up a home run is making your case.
I would agree, but listen, he opted to go out there. You got to think head coach Rich Price went over and said, who wants to go out there? Because Burkholt probably not the first option. He's their leader in batting average.
That's true.
2 balls, no strikes on the DH. Finazzo checks on the runner. Now pitch. Swung on, fouled right back towards us. 2-1. I had to duck out of the way there, even though there's a glass window in front of us. Not taking any chances.
You didn't have to. You chose to.
I chose to. Wind blowing briskly out to left. American flag out there above the advertisements on the fence. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball hammered into left field, right at the left fielder Szelski, though, and he makes the grab at the knees. So a lineup for Adam Burkholt, and that'll do it in the top of the first inning. The Pilots strand Jet Ruby at second after his hit. 1 hit, 1 man left on base, no runs. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. Bucs coming to bat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein bringing you the action here in the bottom of the first. The Pilots didn't come away with any runs in the top half of the inning, so now it's the Bucs' turn to bat, and they'll have to face the pitcher Jackson Halverson, who's making his 6th appearance on the season. 2nd start, pitches to a 4.85 ERA, and a smooth 2-0 record on the hill. Logan Yule, the leadoff man for the Bucs, the right fielder. And boy, oh boy, he's been swinging a hot bat. Halverson stands tall, comes home. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. Logan Yule comes in, a team best 329 batting average, a team best 4 home runs. He's been doing it all. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball, slice foul, left field line. 1-1. Yule says his mindset, well, he just goes up there, tries to get the bat head out in front, and puts it in play. Simple. Keeping it simple, and it's been very successful for the right fielder. Still no errors on the season as well. Here's the 1-1. Fastball right down the gut, and it's 1-2. Halverson comes at us, over the top delivery. Stands really tall on the mound. Peers in for the sign on the first base side of the rubber. Set at the belt. Ready for the 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball curls in for strike 3 called on the outside corner. Beautiful 12-6 curve from Jackson Halverson, and there's one gone in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, really nice job by Halverson to just sneak that one in, and he's going to face off against a lot of lefties today, so if that pitch is working, he could do a lot of damage.
Now Grant Haas back in the lineup. He hits 2, playing shortstop. Right on right matchup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball spins in for a strike. 0-1. Grant Haas, first game in about 2 weeks. Hasn't played in 8 games. He's back in there after a lower body injury. Pulled up on his hamstring back on July 2nd. Before 4th of July. Feels like the season's going by so fast. No balls, 1 strike on the shortstop. Here it is. Breaking ball misses low and outside. 1-1. Haas hits .302 on the season. He actually led the team in average before Logan Yule's gone on this heater. So, still looking for his first homer. Halverson stands tall, comes home. Fastball swing and a miss. 1-2.
Halverson looked good early on.
Yeah, he looks really, really commanding. Fastball zipping into the zone. Haas trying to pick up right where he left off after about 2 weeks off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the shortstop. Nothing to score. Bottom 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball yanked outside. 2-2. Haas really animate outside the box right now. Couple check swings. Stares down his black bat. Has Under Armour streaking down his right arm. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop. 1 gone here. Bottom 1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball chopped on the ground slowly towards short. Marks fields it, fires the first in time. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Something we got to keep an eye out for Grant Haas running. Because, of course, a hamstring injury, you always want to be careful running. Right now, he has a slow jog as he heads back towards the dugout. So 2 gone here, bottom 1.
Well, the fact that they put him at shortstop, one of the most running positions of the infield, means he's probably pretty comfortable. And we've seen him taking BP and at the gym and stuff, so he's been getting better, and now it's just he's fully cleared to play.
Pitch to RJ Rouet, a fastball that just missed low and away. 1-0.
Halverson's already gone longer than his last appearance.
Trying to build up step by step. You know, after you get roughed up like that, 3 earned runs in just a third, trying to bounce back. 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses down and low. 2-0. Ray comes in, 188 average on the season. 1 homer, 3 RBIs. Looking for his first base knock against the Pilots. So far, 0 for 5 against them this season. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball pours in for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now, Rouet.
It's a really slow-moving curve, but it's just had so much command early on. If the Bucs can't time it up, that's going to be a dangerous pitch for Halverson.
He really goes to that breaking ball a whole bunch. 2-1. Fastball this time at the knees called strike. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on RJ Rouet. 2 gone here, bottom of the first. Still no score in Game 3 of the Mayor's Cup between the Bucs and the Pilots. Defense played straight up. Here's Halverson's pitch. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Bucs. Jackson Halverson looks real impressive in the early going. Nobody left on base, and we'll go to the top of the second. Still 0-0 Bucs and Pilots. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman with Alex Burstein here as we go to the top of the second. Still no score between the Bucs and the Pilots. In game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup, the Bucs going for the sweep over the Peas. Won the first 2 games, clinched the series yesterday. There's a whole celebration behind the mound, trophy out there, Gatorade out there, ice out there. Asked them after the game. It looked like it was actually just a big bowl of ice that they poured on. No Gatorade. Here's B.J. Rodriguez, first pitch. Fastball taken for a strike, 0-1.
I don't think Gatorade, turf, and sun mix as well. If I'd have to guess.
You're right.
Sticky.
Very sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not want to be in a jersey driving back home after that. 0-1. Breaking ball misses down and low. 1-1.
Save the Gatorade for the ABL championship celebration.
Yes. We can bet on what type of Gatorade color it's going to be. Just between us. 1-1 pitch. Bounced up there. 2-1. B.J. Rodriguez hits 164 in the season. 1 home run. Came against the Bucs, actually, about 3 weeks ago. It was the game where he started on the mound as well. Just the B.J. Rodriguez game. 2-1 pitch. Fouled at the dish. 2-2. He's been over and left, nursing a arm injury. He hasn't pitched, and I believe he's done pitching for the rest of the ABL season as well. So just gonna hit and play left. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, wave and a miss. Rodriguez goes down on strikes. Down in the dirt, he bit. And there's one gone here in the top of the second. First strikeout of the day for Kate Finazzo.
Yeah, just total deception there from Finazzo. Got that pitch in front of home plate, and you saw it was a very awkward swing from Rodriguez. Had no chance to make contact there, and that's a big first out.
There's Edison Polanco with one gone, top of the second pitch. Fastball misses high and wide. 1-0. Polanco's been swinging hot bat as of late. Just a 132 average, but his numbers from July to June have been drastic. Breaking ball, wave and a miss, and there goes his bat into the Pilots' dugout. My goodness, that's the ultimate swing and a miss. You lose your bat as well. He's pointing towards the Pilot dugout. He's trying to find it over there. Teammate's going to have to retrieve that for him, but that's scary.
Yeah, looks like everyone's okay, but wow. Bat exit velo was high there.
Yeah, it was. Wish we had the statistics on that one. Polanco has already had double the amount of at-bats he's had in this month compared to the month of June. He ripped a double a week ago against the Bucs that gave the Pilots the lead. They eventually won. 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground towards first base. Rui gobbles it at the glove, and he runs the first in time. So 2 gone here, top of the second.
Yeah, that's a not super easy ball to field there for Rue. So a good job to get in front of it. Had to adjust his glove a little bit because it took a late hop, and good play for the first baseman, who's had a couple assists already tonight.
Here's Hunter Klotz, right on left matchup. First baseman today. It's 159 on the season. Finazzo comes home. Breaking ball left down and low. 1-0. Beautiful day. Sunday matinee first pitch. First pitch was at 2 p.m. Alaska time. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses low. 2-0. Finazzo's gone to the heater a whole bunch, but that changeup and breaking ball have looked real sharp in the early going. He's been used to the strikeouts for Finazzo, just 1 so far. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Changeup high. Now 2-1 on Klotz. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Almost hit him inside. 3-1 now. It was a changeup that Finazzo just yanked. 3 balls, 1 strike now on the first baseman. Wind blowing slowly out to left, like it has most of the year. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball pours in beautifully for strike 2. Now full on Hunter Klotz. Just 1 hit so far on the day. It was a Jet Ruby single, second batter of the afternoon. Here's the payoff. Fastball outside, and it's ball 4. Hunter Klotz checked up his swing. He'll go on over to first. So a 2-out base runner for the Pilots here on the top of the second. Still no score between the Bucs and the Peas.
Yeah, I don't love the outside fastball call there because Klotz is a guy who hasn't had a lot of hits. You want to try to challenge him inside the zone there, but good job by the first baseman to hold off there. And now we'll see how Finazzo can work with the runner on.
Christensen looks at a first pitch high and wide. 1-0. Christensen really struggling, but he didn't strike out last night for the first time this season. Struck out in every single game previous to that one. 1-0. Swung on and blocked down the first baseline out of play. Christensen at his first homer of the season back on Friday. A deep shot to right center field. Tall matchup. He stands in the lefty box. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Klotz takes his lead off first. Here's the pitch. Fastball chopped on the ground, first base side, past the diving Rue, and it's fair down the right field line. Klotz round second, he'll glide into third. It's a single for Ryan Christensen, and just like that, runners on the corners for the Pilots with 2 gone.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball by Christensen, and Rue obviously didn't help the cause. It hit off his glove in fair territory, so no chance of there being a half-half call there by one of the umpires. Instead, stays fair and just a nice piece of hitting. The Pilots coming along here in the second.
Yeah, and that means Izzy Fuentes is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Cade Finazzo. Ren Matsuzaki also going to go out, be a part of this mound visit for the Bucs, first of the day.
These haven't been hard hit balls.
No.
It's just about, getting around them. Maybe a few more breaking balls out of Finazzo to try to fool the batters. You still have the 9-hitter coming to the plate, so you can easily get out of this inning, but just take it one batter at a time to try to keep this a scoreless game.
The hardest hit ball of the game so far was a line out. It was a line out from Adam Burkholdt to left field by far. Jet Ruby also had a hard hit grounder up the middle, but so far it's been weak contact for the most part for Cade Finazzo, as the mound visit is interrupted and stopped by Casey Mosier, everyone heading back to their respective positions. Carter Freeland, the hitter, he's the number 9 guy for the Pilots, catching today with a 156 average on the season. Runners on the corners for the Peas. It's Klotz over at third and Christensen at first. 2 gone here, top of the second. Finazzo set, now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up down and away, 0-1. Pulled the string right there on Carter Freeland beautifully. The Bucs infield played up the middle on Carter Freeland. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for strike 2. No balls and 2 strike now on Carter Freeland. It's
Just what Fanaza needed. Vary the pitches a little bit.
0-2, 2 outs. Runners on the corners for the Pilots. Top of the second, no score. He's set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup down and away, and it got the job done. The Pilots leave the runner stranded on the corners, and Fanaza works into and out of trouble. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Still no score between the Bucs and the Peas. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score, Bucs and Pilots. Jackson Halverson still doing the pitching for the Peas. He's on for his second inning of work, and he'll have to face Ren Matsuzaki, the catcher today. He bats cleanup. First game in 3 days for Ren, so trying to get back in the hit column. First pitch, fastball sliced down the left field line out of play. 0-1. Matsuzaki comes in with a solid .268 average, 6 RBIs on the season, looking for his first bomb of the campaign. Right on left matchup, Matsuzaki with his open stance wobbles his black bat. Here's the pitch. Swung on, nubbed down the third baseline in fair territory past Polanco. Matsuzaki rounds first, eyes for second, and he'll glide in easily. The ball actually went out of play. It nubbed under the fence. So a stand-up double for Matsuzaki. The leadoff man is aboard here for the Bucs in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that wasn't a hard-hit ball, but it just took some awkward movement past the glove of Polanco there near the third base bag, and Matsuzaki will gladly take that one. All smiles for the catcher.
First game in 3 days. Well, he's right back in the hit column. Good stuff for Matsuzaki. Now Kai Magari batting 5th. Right on right matchup, playing center field today. Matsuzaki leads off of second. Here's the offering. Breaking ball, called a strike on the outside corner. Magari showed bunt. The corners of the infield are playing a smidge in for the Pilots. Polanco over at third on the lip, and so is Klotz at first. Middle of the infield's up. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball inside, almost hit Magari. 1 ball, 1 strike. No score still, Bucs and Pilots. Anchorage Bucs going for the Mayor's Cup sweep over the Peas. Already clinched the series victory with their 10-0 win yesterday. Here's the 1-1. Fastball high and tight. 2-1. Gorgeous day here in Anchorage, Alaska, on the east side of Anchorage at Mulcahy Stadium. Glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman here with Alex Burstein. 0-0 Bucs and Peas. Halverson stands tall on the hill. Now comes set at the belt. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball pours in for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Magari. That breaking ball's really done well for Jackson Halverson so far today. It's fooled a whole bunch of the Buck hitters. 2 strikeouts so far for the starter. 2-2 on Magari. Here's the pitch. Fastball just missed inside. That fastball had some tail. 3-2 now. Ren Matsuzaki takes his lead off of second base. Nobody holding him on. Mark's about 10 feet away, but not the biggest lead for Matsuzaki. Payoff pitch coming. Here's the offering. Fastball yanked outside, ball 4 to Kai McGarry. So he'll move up 90 feet to first. Matsuzaki stays put at second. 2 on for the Bucs here in the bottom of the second. Trying to get the offense on the board going. They exploded for 10 runs last night. You get this, first time of the season, back-to-back double-digit runs for the Bucs. Now I saw that, and I was shocked because the Buck offense was the best offense in the league early on in the season, but the first time that's happened all year. McGarry takes his lead off first, Matsuzaki off second. Corners of the infield are in. Here's the pitch to Gamel. Fastball turned on, grounded right side through for a base hit. Matsuzaki gets the stop sign over at third. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and the bases are loaded for the Bucs here in the bottom of the second.
Gamel just loves to swing at the first pitch, and as of recent, he's been making a ton of contact. That one just sharply hit through that right side gap, and especially with the first baseman Klotz playing in, no chance to get to the ball. Really nice piece of hitting, and the Bucs in full business now.
Well, Austin Gamel swinging a hot bat, was 2 for 5 yesterday, his third multi-hit game of the season. Bases juice, hitters Cooper Sosowski. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 0-1. Boy, oh boy, Sosowski had eyes for the left field seats. No balls, 1 strike. Cooper had his first homer against the Pilots back on Friday. Only homer of the season. Bases juiced. Corner still in for the Pilots. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground, foul, third base side. 0-2. Cooper with a slim 103 average this season. Bases juice, no balls, 2 strikes on the left fielder. Gamel at first, McGarry at second, Matsuzaki at third. Here's the 0-2. Fastball yanked outside. 1-2. Sosowski budged just a bit, but held back his swing. Corey Bantum awaits on deck for the Bucs. And then Jaden Toki rounds out the lineup. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sosowski. Middle of the infield still up, double play depth. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. Sosowski caught frozen on the curve, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the second. Boy, oh boy, that pitch. It's just nasty. It looks like it's belting in on righties and then finds its way towards the middle of the plate. Now 3 strikeouts on the afternoon for Halverson. 2 of them on that breaking ball. Now Corey Bantum up. Base is still juiced. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. Corey Bantum, first start since June 30th. He's had limited at-bats all season long for the Bucs, trying to put the Bucs on the board here. 1-0. Breaking ball down. 2-0 now on Bantum. He did have a walk on Friday, pinch hit appearance. But I will say, it was against a position player on the mound. So first at-bat for Bantum against the pitcher in a while. 2-0. Breaking ball down and low. 3-0 now. Nice take for Corey Bantum. Bucs 1 pitch away from bringing in the first run of the day. Corners are still in for the Pilots here. Bottom of the second, 0-0. 3-0 delivery. Fastball called to strike, just clipped the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. Right on left matchup. Halverson stands tall on the rubber, peers in for the sign from Freeland. Now he gets set at the belt. Ready for the 3-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball called to strike, also on the outside corner again. So just like that, it's full on Corey Bantum here, 1 gone. A sac fly would bring home a run. An opportunity for the Bucs to get on the board early. Here's the payoff. Fastball just missed outside, ball 4, and Corey Bantum with his walk brings home Matsuzaki. 1-0 Bucs on top here in the bottom of the second. An RBI walk for Corey. A good at-bat for the DH today, who hasn't seen a whole lot of play time. Seen a whole bunch of pitches in that at-bat.
Didn't have to move the bat off his shoulder at all.
Here's Jaden Toki. Pitch to him, down and away. 1-0. Toki Committed to Long Beach State, just graduated high school. Young player, picking up reps in the ABL. Base is still juiced. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball left outside. 2-0. Toki sports his bright yellow batting gloves. Pants all the way down, black bat. Armor streaking down his right arm. 2-0, bases juice for the Bucs. Here's the offering. Fastball hit in the air towards center field. Playable for Becker. He drifts back in front of the track and he makes the play. Tagging McGarry, he'll come home easily. Gamel also goes to third. So it's a sac fly for Jaden Toki, and the Bucs are up 2-0 here, bottom 2. Got the job done. He drove it out to deep center. Becker tracked it the whole way into his glove. Runners on the corner still for the Bucs. Bantum at first, Gamel at third. 2 gone, bottom of the 2nd. Back to the top, it's Logan Ewell. Halverson peers in for the side. Black glove at the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low, just barely. 1-0. Can't ask for a much better day here at Mulcahy. Logan Ewell, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Here's the 1-0. Fastball outside. 2-0. Casey Mosier, the home plate umpire, has a bit of a delayed strike call. So you got to wait a little bit to be certain if it's a ball or strike, unless it's severely outside, severely inside, or obviously down the chute. 2-0. Here it is. Fastball fouled right back. 2-1.
Halverson's really been trying to attack the outside part of the zone with that fastball. He's had mixed success. It obviously led to that walk to Bantum. Ewell chases it a little bit there, but does not have the same control of it as he did in the first inning.
In trouble here. 2 runs already home. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, called a strike, fit the outside corner. Jackson Halverson really likes that backdoor breaking ball, especially to lefties. Clips the outside corner. Has fooled him a whole bunch. 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the offering. Breaking ball, check swing, appeal. He did not go. Field umpire Ethan McCraney had his hands up instantly, and the appeal went down. So 3-2 now on Logan Ewell. Gamel off of third, Corey Bantum off of first. 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. Ball 4 to Logan Ewell. Corey Bantum was off on the play. He cruises into second. So the bases are loaded once again for the Bucs, and the hitter Grant Haas. Now this is a moment for Grant Haas to really be brought back into the lineup here. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Already has a play on defense, so he's been involved, but a hit right here, boy, that would make him feel good. Bases fully occupied. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1, a fastball from Halverson. Haas, before the injury, was hot. 7 for his last 20. Trying to pick up where he left off. Here's the 0-1. Fastball in the dirt. Nice block from Carter Freeland, so 1-1. Logan Ewell takes his lead off first base. It's Bantum over at second, and Austin Gamel at third. 2 gone here, 2 runs already home for the Bucs in the bottom of the 2nd. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, just missed inside. Haas didn't move. It looked like it was going to hit him for a second, but broke at the last moment. So 2 balls, 1 strike now on Grant. Right on right matchup. Haas digs back into the box. Halverson stands tall on the rubber. Here's the 2-1. Fastball outside. Got away from Freeland just a moment, but he picked it up down the third base line. And he's going to take time and go out to talk to his pitcher. 3 balls, 1 strike now on Grant Haas. 2 runs already home here, bottom of the 2nd. A sac fly from Jaden Toki, an RBI walk from Corey Bantum. So it's been self-induced boons here from Jackson Halverson. 2 walks already in the inning. Trying to get out of this jam. 3 balls, 1 strike on Grant Haas. Here's the pitch. Fastball left outside. Ball 4 to Grant Haas and another RBI walk. Austin Gamel trots down the line, and he touches home plate. 3-0, Bucks on top in the bottom of the second.
Well, you'll remember when Haas was still playing in early July, he was one of the league leaders in RBIs. They'll add another one to his total there in the easiest way possible. But, hey, way to get right back into it your first game back.
Yeah, I'll take anything you can get. Now RJ Ruay, the hitter. Bases juiced. Breaking ball misses down and low. 1-0. Ruay struck out back in the first. I'll tell you, second and first innings could not be more different for Jackson Halverson. Bucks went 1-2-3 in the first. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. 2-0. It was on the inside portion towards RJ Ruay. He didn't move, though. So 2 balls, no strikes on the first baseman. Beige bat. RJ Ruay rocks it. White cleats. He rests the bat above his left shoulder. Has his Baylor piece of armor on his right elbow. Here's the 2-0. Fastball down the chute. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. 3 runs already home for the Bucks. They're up 3-0. Trying to sweep the Pilots in the Mayor's Cup Series. Already clinched the series win yesterday. 2-1. Fastball, wave and a miss. Ruay, sort of a check swing there, could not hold up. 2-2. Bucks have batted through. Another man reaches and bat around. Ren Matsuzaki on deck. He started off the inning with a little doubler double down the third baseline. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases juiced. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Ruay way out in front of that slider. And the Bucks leave the bases loaded, but not before they bring home 3 runs. And they bat through the order. We'll go to the third. 3-0. Bucks on top. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're with us. Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein bringing you the action as we head to the top of the third. Bucks got 3 ones in the last frame. They lead 3-0 here on a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon on the east side of Anchorage, Alaska. Still Keith Finazzo on the hill for the Bucks. Top of the lineup, Dylan Marks looks at a ball outside. 1-0. Marks grounded out to shortstop back in the first. Came into the day hot, though. 10 of last 16. Fastball called to strike at the knees. 1-1.
Big inning for the Pilots because if you go back to game 1, they really had nothing going, and then finally the last couple of innings they had something.
1-1 breaking ball nubbed down the first baseline. Easy for RJ Ruay, who takes it himself. Dylan Marks gave up on the play halfway down the line. He was running towards the dugout before Ruay even touched the bag. So one easy out here in the top of the third.
But going back to that Friday game, the offense finally came alive in innings 7, 8, 9, and that's happened a couple times to the Pilots this year. You can't let the game get to a 7 or 8 run deficit before your bats wake up. So if they can't get anything this inning, it's going to be a big struggle.
Ruby at the dish. Pitch to him. Fastball misses outside. And Ruby has one of 2 hits so far for the Pilots. He singled back in the first. It was a hard hit grounder to center field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Changeup misses low. So 2-0 now on Ruby. You're exactly right. Pilots cannot let this game get out of hand early, because we saw yesterday it can get ugly fast. 2-0. Swung on, lined up the middle, down for a base hit. Into center field again for Jet Ruby. McGarry fields it, throws it back in. So 2 for 2 day for Jet Ruby, the second baseman. And there's 1 on with 1 out in the top of the third.
You can see how the wind might have a play on balls tonight. That one looked like it was shooting up the middle and then tailed to the left where the wind is blowing here. So the outfielders got to be aware of that. Obviously, there wasn't going to be a play either way, but something to keep in mind.
So that brings up Andrew Becker now. 3-hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher back in the first. Right on left matchup. Fastball misses inside. 1-0. We heard from Sean Toger about last week. Keith Finazzo has the best changeup he's ever seen. So he's going to go to that a whole bunch. Ruby leads off first. Here's the pitch. Changeup pours in for a strike. 1-1.
It's a pretty good compliment.
I mean, the best he's ever seen. Doesn't get much better than that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball lofted in the air towards left field. Drives Siselski to his right, and he makes the chest tie grab. Ruby goes back to first. So 2 outs here, top 3. The wind is tailing out to left. Siselski went to his right about, 3 or so more feet than he possibly expected, but he still made the grab easily. That brings up Adam Burkholdt now, the DH. Lined out sharply to left field back in the first. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. 1-0. Burkholdt leads the team in batting average by a big, big margin. 358. That's third best in the ABL. 1-0. Ruby off first. Check back. He's in sliding. Check back again. Ruby was caught leaning just a bit. Trying to get Jet Ruby over there at first. He's the third base runner of the day for the Pilots. He's been on twice. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Burkholdt. Breaking ball hit high in the air towards left field. Siselski to his right. He loses his hat in foul territory, and he makes the grab. A long run for Cooper Siselski. He lost his hat about halfway through his long travel, but he made the play in the end, and that retires the side in the top of the third. Still 3-0 Bucks. The Pilots leave Ruby on after his single. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 3-0. We'll be right back. Back at Mulcahy Stadium as we go to the bottom half of the third. The Bucks hold a solid 3-0 lead over the Pilots, going for the Mayor's Cup sweep. Clinched the series win last night, though, 10-0 win. Here's Matsuzaki. Fastball down the chute, 0-1. Still Jackson Halverson on the hill for the Peas. He got roughed up in the second, but He looked real good in the first. He has 4 strikeouts on the day, 2 of them in the first frame. Here's the offering. Breaking ball spins in for strike 2. He has nasty stuff. He has the strikeout stuff. But the walks were an issue last frame. He had 4 of them. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball reaches on the outside corner, called strike 3. Just painted on the black. Matsuzaki shakes his head as he walks back towards the dugout. And there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, there's that fastball back that Halverson didn't have in the 2nd inning. And if that's on, he's a great pitcher.
4 of Halverson's 5 strikeouts are backwards Ks. They're looking. Here's Kai McGarry. He walked his last time up. Pitch. Breaking ball topped. Foul down the right field line. McGarry comes in. 280 average. 2 homers. 20 RBIs. That's best on the team. 2nd best in the entire league. Only Andrew Becker holds a better mark than him. Out there in center field for the Pilots today. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1-0. 1-1, sorry. McGarry's been swinging a red-hot bat as of late. 4 for his last 12. A grand slam against the Peas on Friday. Here's the 1-1. Fastball clips the outside corner. 1-2. 1-2 on Kai McGarry. He's batting 5th today. Normally a leadoff guy. When he's not batting leadoff, almost every time he's the number 2 guy or the number 9 guy. But today in the 5th spot for the first time of the season. 1-2. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. Another backwards K for Jackson Halverson. His 6th punchy of the afternoon. There's 2 gone.
This is just ridiculous. 1st and 3rd inning versus the 2nd are 2 completely different pitchers. Halverson dicing up this lineup. And really, if he finds a consistency, he will be a great starting pitcher. Now it's just putting together inning after inning of good work.
Yeah, if Halverson could just forget that 2nd frame, he's pitching a gem. Instead, the Pilots are down 3-0. Here's the pitch to Gamel. Check swing. He fouled it back. So, 0-1. Oh, no, it looks like he didn't go. So it looked like Gamel swung. Instead, he checked it. Appealed down to first base. He did not go, says Ethan McCraney. So, 1-0. Change in events here for Austin Gamel to his liking. Gamel 1 for 1 with a single back in the 2nd. He's been swinging it a whole lot better as of late. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball clips the outside corner. 1-1. That backdoor breaking ball for Jackson Halverson. Boy, that's his money pitch. 1-1, 2 outs here. Bottom 3. Bucks up 3-0 over the Pilots. Halverson stands tall. Now he comes home. Breaking ball backdoor again, called a strike. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Halverson 1 pitch away from striking out the side. 3-0 Bucks on top. Right on left matchup. Here's the pitch. Fastball bounced up there. That was a 56-foot breaking ball. 2-2. That one bounced in front like abnormally sooner than a whole bunch. Normally when it bounces up there, it's like, I don't know, 59 feet. That one was way out in front. 2-2, here it is. Fastball chopped on the ground towards second base. Ruby bobbles it, and he doesn't have a play. It was off Ruby's knee. He lost control of the ball, so Austin Gamel safe at first via the E4. A 2-out runner aboard, and boy, that was about as routine as it gets.
Yeah, less of a bobble, more of a ricochet there. Just rocketed in front of Ruby. You think it hit off his knee? It looked like glove from my angle. I don't know. Either way,
like there was a whole lot of
right in
stuff
front
happening.
of him. Yeah.
Definitely routine, though. Here's Siselski. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. 0-1. So Gamel has reached both times today. He came around to score back in the 2nd after Corey Bantum walked. No balls and 1 strike. Gamel takes his lead. Here's the offering. Breaking ball topped on the ground towards Polanco, the 3rd baseman. He set slings in time to first. And that'll do it here in the bottom of the 3rd. So the Bucks lead Austin Gamel stranded at first after he reached on the E4. Still 3-0 Bucks on top, though. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we go to the fourth. Bucs hold a 3-0 lead over the Pilots. Cade Finazzo still on the hill, pitching a shutout thus far. He's gone at least 5 innings his last 2 starts, went 6 in 1 of them, so his length has been stretched out here. Pitch to BJ Rodriguez, reaches outside on the off speed, so 1-0. Rodriguez struck out back in the second. One of 2 strikeouts for Finazzo on the afternoon. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball down in the dirt. 2-0. Rodriguez comes in, 164 batting average, a single homer on the season. Came against the Bucs though, about 2 weeks ago. Here's the 2-0. Off speed, hit on the ground towards first base. Rouet fends over, shovels to first in time to Finazzo. So a nice cover by Cade Finazzo, the pitcher, and there's 1 gone at top of the 4th.
Yeah, Rouet did what you're supposed to do in football there and led his receiver, almost led to Finazzo not reaching it in time, but a good athletic play from the pitcher.
You know, you're supposed to lead your receiver. That's exactly what he did there. I was watching something the other day on Tom Brady. The art of leading your receiver and protecting your receiver is amazing.
Ah, yes.
You throw it in the ground towards the turf as Polanco looks at a first pitch strike at the knees. 0-1. You lead your receiver down so they don't get mashed right away from a linebacker or cornerback. Quite the art that Brady just had mastered. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul left field line. No balls and 2 strikes now Polanco, who grounded out to third unassisted back in the second. A slim 132 average on the campaign. 0-2, here it is. Off speed, down, and so 1-2 now. Polanco, right on left matchup, has all sorts of accessories. 1-2. Swung on and chopped on the ground towards first. Rouet fields it, and he'll take it himself to the bag. So 2-3 unassisted putouts for Edison Polanco on the afternoon. There's 2 gone here, top of the 4th.
Yeah, Ruiz looked really good over there at first. Hasn't made a ton of starts there this season, but he's fielding these balls cleanly and good experience for the Baylor kid.
Now Hunter Klotz, the hitter. Walked back in the second. It's 159 on the season. He has an open stance in the lefty box. Here's the pitch. Changeup spins just down low. So 1-0. Finazzo peers in for the sign, has his socks high, a slight bend to the knees. Kicks back, here's the 1-0. Fastball popped in the air, foul territory, out of play. He drifted over the left field line, so the wind is really blowing out to left. Something to be wary about as the game goes on. We saw Cooper Soselski have to run about, 60 combined yards already today, making 2 putouts. 1-1 pitch on its way. Fastball down. 2-1. Defense played pretty straight up. Outfield shifted slightly to the left, playing the opposite for Klotz. 2-1. Changeup whiffed and missed, so 2-2. Finazzo reaches back for some dirt behind the rubber. Now he steps back on. Ready for the 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the 4th. Finazzo long set. Now he comes home. Changeup hit hard up the middle. Gamel dives and he can't make the play. It trickles into right center field. Logan Yule fields it and fires in. So it's a 2-out single for Hunter Klotz. Runner on first for the Pilots now. They're still down 3-0.
That was just scorched towards second base. Gamel got there in time, but his glove was just not close enough to the turf to make this stop. That shows you how it was just skidding across the fast turf here at Mulcahy Stadium. A really, really well-hit ball.
And that brings up Ryan Christensen now. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on and popped foul behind the plane. 0-1. Christensen hit a single back in the second, a slow wobbler down the first baseline. R.J. Rouet, the first baseman, gloved it, but it popped off of his glove into shallow right. Here's the 0-1. Changeup, hit high in the air towards right field. Yule has time, though. Comes in a few steps now, and he makes the grab. Boy, Logan Yule thought that ball was soaring over the fence and came in about 20 steps to make the putout in the end. So, The Pilots leave Hunter Klatt stranded at first base after his 2-out single. We head to the bottom of the 4th, so Bucs lead 3-0. We'll be right back. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bucs still hold a 3-0 lead. Jackson Halverson still toes the slab. He comes home. Fastball taken down low. 1-0 now on Bantum. Had an RBI walk back in the 2nd frame. His 4th RBI on the season. Counts 1-0 on the DH. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, backdoor called a strike. 1-1. Halverson has gone to the backdoor slider the most out of any pitch so far today, and it's worked well. Here's the 1-1. Turned on, deep to right field. That drives Christensen back towards the ball. He looks up, and it sails over the fence. First homer of the season for Corey Bantum. Just got over the wall and right, and it's 4-0 Bucs in the bottom of the 4th.
We've talked about it all season. Bantam has that build. He has the swing where you can expect extra base hits. It just has not come around. There, though, that's been waiting a season to go. And just a monster hit by Corey Bantam. Bucs needed that one.
Yeah, that one was just traveling and traveling. And Christensen eventually stopped at the wall, 4-0. Here's the pitch to Toki. Breaking ball in there for a strike. No balls in 1 strike. Wow. How about to see Corey Bantam come alive here. 2 RBIs on the day. He came in with 3 on the season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball high and tight. 1-1.
And I think he hadn't had a hit since June 17th.
Unbelievable. Oh, that's baseball, Susan. 1-1. Halverson stands tall. Now he comes home. Fastball fouled right back. 1-2. So you're opening up a hot dog over there.
I am.
It looks like such an old-fashioned hot dog.
It is a very
It has
old-fashioned
the
hot
checkered
dog.
wrapping. I see some onions, maybe some
Relish.
mustard relish.
Ketchup, yeah.
1-2. Breaking ball whiffed and missed. And Toki goes down swinging. So first out of the frame for Jackson Halverson. That brings up Logan Ewell at the top of the lineup for the Bucs.
We had a Pilot's dog yesterday, so now we're trying a Bucs dog. See how they're different.
There you go.
This one looks boiled versus grilled. Not sure.
Yeah. Here's Logan Ewell. Pitch to him. Breaking ball, backdoor called to strike. So you're saying that one looks more grilled as Alex takes the bite. That was bad on me. That was bad on me. I went to him. He took a bite. That's rule number 1. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped at the plate. So 0-2 now on Logan Ewell.
No, I'm saying this one's more boiled, like
Okay, yeah.
like a New York City cart one where it's less. It's like
okay.
in
I
the
like
water.
a grilled one.
You do.
I like when you could see the marks.
Yes.
0-2 on the leadoff man. Here's the offering. Fastball, fought off foul.
That's surprising for a New York City kid because I feel like all the ones there are
I could probably count the amount of times I've gone to a New York City hot dog cart on one hand, so not the biggest guy who's going to delve into those Central Park things. 0-2, breaking ball misses down low.
Well, when I visited you in March, I got absolutely scammed. I believe it was $20 for a hot dog and
You
fries.
went to one?
I did, because
Oh.
you guys said, just wait, you'll find one. And then we waited until Central Park, where it was the most expensive ones.
1-2, fastball clubbed in the air towards right. Christensen back in front of the track, and he makes the play. So, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. Well, listen, if you're coming to New York City,
You gotta have one.
you gotta have one.
Yeah.
But if you come a second time, you don't have to go. That's the bottom line. You don't have to go. There are plenty of other things to do in New York City in terms of eating. Trust me. And talk to my dad about that one. He'll write a book for you. Here's Grant Haas. Breaking ball hit up the middle, off of Halverson's legs. It trickles towards shortstop. Marks, bare hands, throws to first in time. That's a sparkler from Dylan Marks. It goes 1-6-3, the putout. And that'll do it in the bottom of the 4th. But the Bucs add a 4th off of Corey Bantum's first homer of the season to deep right field. We'll be right back. 4-0. Don't go anywhere. Back at Mulcahy Stadium, the Bucs hold a 4-0 lead. Corey Bantum tacked on a solo shot in the last frame. We go to the 5th. Still Kate Finazzo dealing on the hill for the Bucs. He'll face the number 9 guy for the Pilots in Carter Freeland. First offering, a fastball hit up the middle. That bloops and it'll find grass. So a leadoff single for Carter Freeland off the end of the bat. And there's one on with nobody out in the top of the 5th. Just off the end of the bat. He put it out there, and it found open grass. So exactly what you want. Down by 4, the leadoff man aboard, and now the top of the lineup for the Pilots. It's Dylan Marks, the shortstop. He has 2 ground outs on the day, 0 for 2. Freeland leads off first base. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball spins in for strike 1.
I mean, Finazzo hasn't been untouchable today. He's given up a hit almost every inning, but he's just worked so well with runners on.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball whiffed and missed. 0-2. Dylan Marks way out in front of that one. Not the changeup, it was the slider. No balls and 2 strikes. Freeland off of first. Finazzo comes set third base side of the rubber. Swung on and chopped slowly towards short. Haas Fields goes to second. On to first. It's a double play. 6-4-3, twin billing here in the top of the 5th. Beautifully turned by the Bucs. And just like that, there's 2 guys top 5.
Well, Grant Haas has clearly not missed a step being out the last couple of weeks. Nice sidearm throw to Gamel, who had the easy flip to first base. And way to empty the bases for the Bucs defense, helping out your pitcher.
The bases are clean, just like that. Now Jet Ruby, the hitter. Finazzo spins and comes home. Off speed, swing and a miss. 0-1. Ruby having a nice day, though. 2 singles, one of the first, one in the third. 0-1. Finazzo set at the eyes. Now he comes home. Fastball yanked down in the dirt. He kind of grunted after that one. 1-1. Exactly what Cade needed. Bucs hold a 4-0 lead. Top of the 5th, trying to sweep the Mayor's Cup. Here's the 1-1. Fastball hit in the air towards right field, and it gets by Gamel. So it's another single for Jet Ruby. 2-out base runner for the Pilots here, top of the 5th.
It's another weird game where the Bucs are up decently and are being out-hit, now doubled up by the Pilots 6-3.
Yeah, that was sort of like a blooper. So
Yeah.
the soft contact continues for Cade Finazzo. Now there's Andrew Becker. Right on left matchup. Here's the pitch. High and tight on the heat. 1-0. Andrew Becker digs back in. Navy tops today for the Pilots. Like I said, gray pants. He waves his blue bat. 1-0. Just down low. Missed on the changeup. 2 balls, no strikes. This inning could have been a whole lot different without that double play. 2-0. Changeup misses outside. 3-0 now on Becker. 3 balls, no strikes. Jet Ruby leads off of first base. Pilots down 4-0, top 5. Here's the pitch. Fastball clips the outside corner. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Finazzo set towards the third base side of the slab. Here's the pitch. Swung on and poked out to left field. That's deep. Ciselski back towards the ball. Now he holds up and he makes the one-handed grab. Boy, that kept carrying. It looked like it was just flicked out there from Andrew Becker, but it had some carry, and that'll do it here in the top of the 5th. The Pilots leave Jet Ruby stranded at first after his single, and we go to the home half of the 5th. Still 4-0 Bucs. We'll be right back. Back at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're with us. Milo Hoffman with Alex Burstein as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Bucs on top 4-0. New pitcher on the hill for the Pilots is Gunnar Mountcastle. Lefty who stands on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball almost hit Rouet. Forced to duck out of the way. So 1-0. Boy, That's a way to be welcomed to the game for Gunnar Mountcastle, shaking up RJ Roy. He's fellow lefty, left-on-left matchup. Mountcastle, this is his 9th appearance of the season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball spins just inside, so 2-0. Pitches to a pretty nice 3.55 ERA and 12 2/3 innings pitched with 10 strikeouts, an 0-1 record. Small frame on the hill. Here's the 2-0. Fastball yanked high and wide, 3-0. Ruiz so far today is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. One of them looking, one of them swinging. 3 balls, no strikes on the leadoff man in the frame for the Bucs. Here's the offering. Fastball clips the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ruiz looked used to making people swing through balls and look at strike 3 calls on the rubber as the two-way guy. 3-1 pitch, here it is. Fastball outside, ball 4. So Ruiz tosses his bat towards the dugout. He'll move up 90 to first base. Ruiz, a two-way guy. He's looked excellent on the hill so far this season for the Bucs. You can make the argument that he's kind of the ace in a way. He started opening day, but the pitching staff has really come around for the Bucs as of late. Cape Venazzo today is pitching a gem. Definitely a strength for the Bucs side. Ruiz takes his lead off first. Hitter is Matsuzaki with his open stance. Here's the pitch. Fastball clips the outside corner, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Matsuzaki. He's 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout in the 3rd. Make that a double. 0-1. Fastball taken in the dirt. 1-1 now on Red. Came in hitting .268 on the season. Still looking for his first homer. He's hit a couple deep fly balls, but nothing over the fence. See if he can do it here. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball spins in for strike number 2. Nice stuff from Gunnar Mountcastle. That one was just on the outside corner. Looked like he was going to hit Matsuzaki for a brief moment, and then went the full length of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ruiz off of first base. Here's the pitch. Matsuzaki swings and misses. Way in front of the breaking ball. And there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, the inside breaking ball has fooled Bucs batters all season long, especially the lefties. And that's what Mountcastle needed. But got the middle of your lineup still coming, and it would be great to kind of break the confidence early on with a quick run.
Now Kai McGarry. He's up for the 3rd time today as a walk and a strikeout. Ruiz leads off first. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses high. So 1-0. Gary, 280 average, 2 homers on the season, 20 RBIs. Stares down his half red, half black bat. Digs back into the box with his high socks. 1-0 pitch on its way. Here it is. Inside. 2-0. Defense played straight up for the Pilots. McGarry has seen to go the opposite way a couple times. 1 homer to dead center. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In the dirt. Nice block from Freeland. Ruiz stays put at first. And started to trickle up the 3rd baseline, but Freeland was all over it. 3 balls, no strikes now on Kai McGarry. He already has a walk. Trying to get on board for the 2nd time today. If he's aboard too, a big steal threat, but not as much. Ruiz in front of him. Not necessarily a guy who's going to steal. 3-0 is the count. There's the offering. Inside on the hands. So McGarry works his 2nd walk of the afternoon. Ruiz goes up to 2nd. So 1 out, and there's 2 runners aboard for the Bucs here, bottom 5. They still hold a 4-0 lead.
The Bucs haven't had to swing the bat at all. A couple of walks to go along with strikeouts. So Mountcastle with up and down stuff early on. Now you have a couple guys who not usually the strongest hitters, but who have looked really good this series.
Now Austin Gamel, he's one of those guys. Single back in the 2nd. Reached both times, though, on an air. Breaking ball whiffed and missed. 0-1. So No balls, one strike on Gamel. He has a single, like I said. He reached on an error from the second baseman in the third inning. Had his third multi-hit game of the season yesterday, trying to go for back-to-back. Back pick to second base. Rouet is sliding safe.
Good move.
Yeah, pretty good move there from Gunnar Mountcastle. Gunnar Mountcastle, a name that's always going to trip me up. He's the ultimate Oriole. Of course, Gunnar Henderson, Ryan Mountcastle, 2 players on the Baltimore Orioles in the MLB. 0-1 on Gamel, left-on-left matchup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, topped on the ground, first base side. First baseman Klotz goes himself. Both runners advance. Second and third now for the Bucs. McGarry at second and Rouet at third. The ground out for Austin Gamel. So 2 gone. Now Cooper Saselski, the batter for the Bucs. Mountcastle trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Bucs won 10-0 last night. They took the Mayor's Cup for the second year in a row. This game still counts towards the regular season, but the Bucs already won the Mayor's Cup, so not as much riding on this matchup. Left on right matchup. Here's the pitch. Hit slowly towards second base on the ground. Ruby's there. Gloves to first in time. And that'll do it in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Bucs leave runners on second and third. McGarry at second and Rouet over at third. And no runs come across. We'll head to the 6th and we'll pass things over to Alex. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. Bucs ahead 4-0 over the visiting Glacier Pilots here as Anthony Steinoff comes in for relief. The Anchorage Bucs second pitcher of the day comes in to relieve Cade Finazzo, who went 5 innings of scoreless ball, gave up 6 hits, but was excellent with the runners on the base paths to keep the Pilots off the scoreboard. Now they turn things over to the lanky southpaw Steinoff to face off against the heart of the lineup. Adam Bergholt leads things off, the right-hander. First pitch from Steinoff. Fastball battled down the third base line and foul. 0-1 the count. Steinoff, Jr., just wrapped up his season at Western Illinois University. Pitched 8 2/3 innings for WIU. Here's in for the sign from Matsuzaki. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just misses outside, evening out the count. Steinoff, a native of Chaska, Minnesota, making his 7th appearance of the season. Just a 3.38 ERA in 8 innings pitched. Good stuff so far from the southpaw. 1-1. Down in the dirt. Bergholt, the leading hitter for this Pilot squad, hitting .358 on the season, but he's 0 for 2 today. Trying for reach number 1. Steinoff holds the glove as belt, the 2-1. low and outside. So Steinhoff with some iffy control on his first batter face. He'll try to clean it up here on the 3-1 count. Burkholt waves his bat in the air. And the next pitch. Down in the dirt. So a 5-pitch walk starts off the day for Anthony Steinhoff. Adam Burkholt's aboard for the first time today. And the Pilots have the leadoff man on for the second inning in a row. They didn't do it at all in the first 4 innings. It was a single to start off the 5th by Carter Freeland. He was shortly taken out on a double play. Burkholt hoping for a not similar result here in inning number 6. BJ Rodriguez comes to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Low and outside. 1-0 the count. Steinhoff just cannot find the strike zone here early on. 6 pitches, 5 of them for balls here early on. Stands tall on the mound, right side of the rubber. Here's the 1-0. Breaking pitch left indoors. So, move it to a 2-0 count on Rodriguez. Steinhoff started off his collegiate career at Iowa Central Community College, one of the premier Midwestern junior colleges. Here's the 2-0. Taken low and inside. Made the move over to Illinois to play at Western Illinois the rest of his career. Mentioned, went just under 9 innings this past spring. A lofty 13.5 ERA. 3 balls, no strikes. The next pitch. Rodriguez takes all the way for a strike. 3-1 the count. Adam Burkholt at first base. It's a 4-0 Bucs lead in the top half of the 4th here at Mulcahy Stadium. Steinhoff dangles his arm, now sets at the belt. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Pitch down low. Rodriguez can't dig it out, and just like that, it's a full count. Good job here by Steinhoff to work it to a full count on the left fielder. Looks in for the sign from Matsuzaki. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Bounce towards first. Rue throws to second. They get 1. Back to first, not in time. Steinhoff was covering the bag, but good play by the first baseman, R.J. Rue, to get the lead runner. And there's a 1 away here with a runner on first base. The fielder's choice reached by B.J. Rodriguez. Just softly bounced. A little bit left of the first base bag. Rue's been patrolling well over there in the corner today. And that brings Edison Polanco to the plate. Polanco has grounded out twice today, both to Rue. It's been a busy day. Now he hits from the right side, the switch hitter. First pitch, fastball taken all the way for a strike. Polanco, the lone switch hitter on either one of these teams. He's had a busy weekend as the Bucs go back and forth between right-handed and left-handed pitchers. Steinhoff, a lefty. Look in and the 0-1. Swing and miss. Polanco reaches on the outside fastball. Tried to pull back his swing, but they say he went around, and it's an 0-2 count. So, the third baseman trying to avoid a strikeout. Here's the 0-2. Fastball popped up right field. Logan Ewell chases in a couple steps and makes the grab for out number 2. A soaring pop fly by Edison Polanco on the outside pitch, but that's very routine for the right fielder, Logan Ewell. Was a Gold Glove winner at his junior college this past spring, Paradise Valley Community College, and he's carried that well here into the summer. So, 2 away, still a runner at first base in B.J. Rodriguez. Now it's Hunter Klotz at the plate. First pitch, swung on and missed, 0-1. Steinhoff has done a great job igniting half swings by the Pilots so far. That was a pitch down low and outside, and Klotz just could not hold back. No balls and 1 strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. Next pitch. Breaking ball right down the middle of the zone, and we'll get it to an 0-2 count. Nice curveball there from Steinhoff, and he's knocking on the edge of getting out of this inning with no damage done. Runner at first base, 2 away, and 0-2 count on Hunter Klotz. Steinhoff turns towards first, now makes his glance home. The 0-2. Check swing, they appeal, and say he went for round. A late call from home plate umpire Casey Mosier, but Anthony Steinoff has his first strikeout of the outing, and the inning is done for the Pilots. No runs off of no hits, no errors, and one runner stranded. It's a 4-0 Bucs lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, 4-0 Bucs on top as we move to the bottom of the 6th here in game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. Bucs already have taken the series, but trying for the series sweep as Gunnar Mountcastle stays in for a second inning of work. Southpaw brings his glove to his face, and the first pitch. Corey Bantum takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Bantum, 1 for 1 day. Has a pair of RBIs, including a home run in the 4th. Here's the 0-1. Down low. Mountcastle just wrapped up his freshman campaign at Feather River College, JUCO in California. That sends a whole bunch of players out here to the ABL. Here's the 1-1. Fastball hit foul to the left side. Bantum's made good contact here tonight. Reached out at that one, but could not pull it fair.
It was only a matter of time before Bantum got his first. I mean, he has the power. We knew it.
Has the power, has the swing, and finally had the contact. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses low. Mountcastle gets the pitch in front of one of his coaches. Scott Dwyer, one of the assistant coaches with this Glacier Pilots team, also an assistant with Feather River Community College. The 2-2, taken low. Moves to a full count. Dwyer was named the assistant coach of the year in the Feather Rivers Conference this year. So, one of the best assistant coaches in the California JUCO system. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball hit up the middle and down for a base hit. Shortstop Marks jumped at it but could not make a grab as it tailed into left center field. And that's a back-to-back hit day for Corey Bantum. 2 for 2, pair of RBIs, and he already has a run. A very, very nice outing for Bantum.
Yeah, that one definitely not as high velo off the bat as his homer, but just got the job done. Blooped over the shortstop, Dylan Marks' head.
So 1 aboard for Jaden Toki. First pitch. Mountcastle misses high and outside. 1-0 the count. Toki committed to play at Long Beach State in the fall. Just wrapped up his his high school career in California. Holds his bat at his right shoulder. Mountcastle stares towards first base. And the 1-0. Fastball taken for a strike. Evens out the count at 1 apiece. Bantum off of first base. Not a huge steal threat. But Mountcastle will give him the due diligence and look towards first before every pitch. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball finds the zone. Kentucky down in the count 1 for 2. Struck out his last time in the 4th. Did have a sacrifice fly in the 2nd to pick up an RBI. His bat has been off and on all season. Here's the 1-2. Way high at the eyes of Toki. evens out the count at 2 apiece. Just 3 hits in the regular season this month of July for Toki. Would love to get a 4th here. No outs, runner at first base in the bottom of the 6th. Bucs up 4-0. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball inside. And Toki takes it all the way to a full count here. Good vision from the recent high school graduate. And now a chance to draw a walk. So Mountcastle, a pair of free passes in the 5th. Here's the 3-2. Way high, gets past the glove of Freeland. Bantum into second base, but won't be a stolen base. It was a free pass with Toki aboard on the walk. And the Bucs in business here in inning number 6. First at second with no outs, and the top of the lineup, Logan Ewell coming to the plate.
Yeah, it feels like the Bucs are destroying, but they're only up 4-0.
Yeah.
So you still want to add on some more runs here in the inning to really make it comfortable.
Love one big bash, and could come off the bat of Logan Ewell. Leads the league with 4 home runs, including monster shot last night. Corner infielders play in. First pitch. Breaking ball twirls into the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. Nice curveball there from Mountcastle in his 2nd inning of relief here. Took over for Jackson Halverson, who pitched 4 up and down innings for the Pilots. A rough 2nd inning, but was really good the other 3. Ewell shows bunt the 0-1. He pulled away on outside breaking pitch. Evens out the count at 1 apiece. It's the first baseman Klotz taking charge. He's rushing in on every pitch. Third baseman Edison Polanco also playing on the infield turf grass. Middle infielders at double play depth in case a ball is hit that way. Here's the 1-1. Taken low. It's the shortstop Marks who's in charge of checking Corey Bantum there at second base. We've only seen a few strides off the bag from the designated hitter, Jaden Toki, over at first. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Outside. Already 1 walk this inning by Mountcastle as Carter Freeland will chug out to the mound to have a quick word with the left-hander. Freeland just checking in. 3 balls and 1 strike on Ewell. Don't want to walk the bases loaded. That was the problem early on for the Pilots. The first run of the game came off of an RBI walk. It was taken by Corey Bantum. There's another RBI walk. Just a few batters later, Grant Haas. So Bucs have taken full advantage of free passes here today. 3 balls and 1 strike. Mountcastle looks towards second and now fires. Fastball swung on and missed. Pitch to the bottom outside zone. Ewell chases it, and I think he has a problem with his bat.
Yeah, Ewell's going to go and hand it off to Grant Haas, and I think he's going to use Grant Haas's bat.
He is. So a little switcheroo there with the man on deck.
Oh, wait, well, now Grant Haas is getting a bat from Kai McGarry. Everything's switching up here.
There wasn't contact made, so you doubt that there was a piece of the bat broken, but Ewell didn't like something with his usual black bat.
Imagine he goes deep right here.
Yeah, that would be quite the story. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mountcastle peers in. And the payoff pitch. Check swing, they say he went. And Logan Ewell rung up on strikes here. Had a half swing, thought he held back, made the beginning of a trek to first base, but will now have to go to the dugout. 1 away, a big strikeout for Gunnar Mountcastle.
Yeah, that pitch was just down and away, and it looked like Ewell might have checked up, but then home plate umpire Casey Mocher says nope, so strikeout for Ewell.
Grant Haas at the plate. First pitch. Hit on the ground towards third base. Polanco, the second relay throw in time, and a 5-4-3 double play brings an inning to the close. So, a pair of early reaches for the Bucs. They can't do anything with it. No runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner stranded in inning number 6. We turn to the 7th. Bucs still leading 4-0. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the top of the 7th inning, and another pitching change here for the Bucs, up 4-0 over the Pilots in game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. Cade Weigert comes in to relieve Anthony Steinhoff. Weigert making his 2nd appearance of the season, a late addition to the Bucs roster, trying for some bullpen support over the last couple weeks of the season. Weigert went an inning and 2/3 against the Miners last week. Gave up 1 hit, no runs, and 1 strikeout. Now he gets to pitch at Mulcahy for the first time in 2 summers. Former member of the Bucs 2023 squad. He has to do battle against the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, beginning with Ryan Christensen. Weigert's first pitch, fouled back, 0-1 the count. The right-hander stands all the way as far left as possible on the pitcher's rubber. Wipes his throwing hand off his pants and now ready for the 0-1 pitch to Christensen. The move and the throw. Fastball hits the outside corner. 0-2 the count. Weigert with a fastball that tops out at 96. Plays a slider and curveball off of it. The 0-2. Fastball hammered right side and just foul. Sharp line drive contact from Ryan Christensen, but it just ekes out of play. On a day like this where the wind's blowing out to left field, if you can get one down the first base line, you can do a lot of damage. But Christensen will head back to the dugout with an 0-2 count. First baseman Rure almost gloved that one on the line drive. Here's the 0-2. Taken high. Weigert with few innings pitched this past spring and 10 appearances at North Dakota State, team that made it all the way to the NCAA Division I Regionals. The 1-2 outside. Junior started off his career at Dallas Baptist University before making the switch over to the Summit League for his junior year and now his senior year upcoming this fall. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weigert stands tall. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Weigert gets his first strikeout of the outing off of a nasty curveball. Christensen had no chance at that one, and there's 1 away here in the top of the 7th.
Really nasty stuff from Weigert. He has the stuff. He's big frame on the hill, deceiving guy on the mound, so nice to see him look good as a Buck so far.
Weigert, 2-time Alaska Baseball League player. First pitch, high and outside to Carter Freeland. Was in the Northwoods League last summer. Played with the Lakeshore Chinooks. So, a little bit of similarity there. He might pitch against the Chinooks later this week. Obviously, a different team, different part of the country. Here's the 1-0. Line towards second, and Gamel gloves it underneath his knees. Nice play by the second baseman. Hard off the bat, but ended just blooping on the edge of the infield. A nice play for the second baseman. There's 2 away here in the 7th.
Yeah, just a humpback liner. I was right at Austin Gamel, so easy.
Brings Dylan Marks to the plate. Leadoff man struggled today. 0 for 3. Grounded into a double play his last time up in the 5th. First pitch. Taken all the way for a strike. 0-1 the count. 6 hits today for the Pilots. They have not been able to punch in any runs, though. They haven't had a hit since inning number 5. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Tailed outside at the end. And Marks quickly down in the count, 0-2. Weigert trying to work a clean top of the 7th here. His first inning of work today. Stands tall, the 0-2. Fastball down in the dirt. Weigert, native of Eden Prairie, Minnesota, played his high school ball at Southwest Christian High School. Same town that Anthony Steinhoff, the guy he relieved us from. Connections everywhere. Here's the 1-2. High. Of course, Weigert went to the private high school in the town. Steinhoff went to the public, so maybe a little bit of rivalry, but now they're teammates here a few years later. All comes full circle. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dylan Marks. The pitch. Way inside. That clip Marks in the shoulder, and he falls to the ground. Holding his helmet, he takes it off, and Marks will stay on the ground. There was a sound that was made.
I think that was more of a helmet sound.
Marks is going to stand up quickly, have a quick word with Rich Price, the head coach, who gives him a couple of shakes, make sure he's okay. And they're still talking things over. If it was to the head, he may have to exit the game for at least an inning with concussion protocol, but now he's being taken out. So it looks like that's the most likely scenario. It will be a pinch runner. Luckily, Marks looks okay as he makes the short walk over to the visitors' dugout here at Mulcahy Stadium, and we'll see who comes in to run at first base. It's going to be Jack Boots, it looks like, donning the number 5 uniform, who continues his very busy weekend here in the Mayor's Cup. Pitched in game number 1 and number 2 of this series. Only gave up 1 run. It's a pretty effective reliever. And now the West Anchorage High School alum will be at first base off the hit by pitch to Dylan Marks. Hopefully Marks stays okay. He'll get checked out in the Pilots dugout here. And it's up to Jet Ruby to keep this inning going. Just the guy you want at the plate if you're the Pilots. A 3-for-3 day for Jet Ruby. All singles. He waves his bat in the lefty's batter's box. First pitch. High and outside. 1-0 the count. Ruby with 3 hits for the 3rd time this season. That's an impressive number in and of itself. It's even more impressive when you remember he didn't play the first half of this season. Was a July addition to this squad. The 1-0. Fastball outside.
He's been one of their better hitters when he's come over. And, the first few starts for him, I believe his first 8 or so starts, he hit safely in every single one of them.
That's why he's in this number 2 spot. Has also been very impressive in the field. The 2-0. Ruby takes a fastball on the outside corner 2-1 the count. Singled in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th innings. 2 innings have gone by each time, and now it's the 7th. So he's due for a single. Weigert trying to change that here. The 2-1. Ruby takes low and inside. Matsuzaki thought about throwing down to first base. A hefty lead by Jack Boots, the pinch runner at first, but in the way was Jet Ruby. Hard to throw down when you have a lefty in the batter's box. 3 balls and 1 strike on the second baseman. Weigert sets at his chest, late kick in the pitch. Fastball grounded towards second, high hop towards Grimmel, who throws to first in time and brings the inning to a close. 4-3 put out ends the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner stranded. Stretch time here at Mulcahy Stadium. Bucks leading 4-0. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, bottom half of the 7th inning. Bucks leading 4-0 in game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. Gunnar Mountcastle still in. First pitch breaking ball goes high to R.J. Rue. Couple of defensive changes for the Pilots here in the bottom of the 7th after Dylan Marks leaves the game after a hit by pitch. 1-0, grounded up the middle, and it's through for a base hit. Like a bounce late in the turf, and Rue's aboard with his first hit of the day. Nice easy piece of hitting for Rue. Edison Polanco has made the move from third base to shortstop. He just watched that hit go into the outfield grass. And replacing him at third base will be Jack Boots, who just pinch ran for Dylan Marks in the top half of this inning. One on for Ren Matsuzaki. Wide open stance for the catcher. First pitch. Breaks into the zone for a strike. An inside slider fooled Matsuzaki, who's had an up and down day at the plate. Started off great with a double in the second, came around to score, but back-to-back Ks for the catcher. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Another inside pitch.
Yeah, it's been that breaking ball, the slider, that's gotten him out in front a few times now. So if he can hold back, try to put the ball in play, make something happen, because his swing feeds right into that pitch if he just waits a tick more.
Runner at first base, an 0-2 count, no outs here. Bucks leading 4-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Mountcastle sets and the pitch. Breaking ball inside, hit off the elbow of Ren Matsuzaki. First hit by pitch of the outing by Gunnar Mountcastle, and the Bucks are in business here. 2 on with no outs as Kai McGarry comes to the plate. RJ Rue will gladly take the pass to second base. And the Bucks have a chance to score for the first time since inning number 4. Hasn't been a great offensive day for Anchorage. Just 5 hits and 4 runs. Scored 3 in the second and then 1 in the 4th. Corner infielders play in, especially the first baseman Klotz. McGarry shows bunt on the first pitch, pulls it away, throw down the second, escapes past Polanco, and Rue will chase into third base on the wild throw. A little bit of a miscommunication there between Polanco at shortstop and the catcher Freeland. And on the air by the catcher, Bucks have runners at the corners. So, 1 ball and no strikes on Kai McGarry. He was bunting before. We'll see if that changes now. Leads off of the corner bases for the Bucks. Here's the 1-0. High and outside. Freeland having to do acrobatics here to avoid a wild pitch from Mountcastle.
He's been all over the place, especially with that throw. After Matsuzaki's hit by a pitch, though, the Bucks have now been hit in 7 straight games, season most.
That rarely happens at any level of baseball. The 2-0. McGarry watches a pitch high above the letters. And it's a 3-0 count. A little bit of action in the Pilots bullpen there. Bullpen pitchers have been at a premium this weekend just because they do not have a lot of available arms, have had some guys go home, and obviously they're in a very long stretch. 15 straight games. Here's the 3-0. Pitch outside. Kai McGarry takes a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are juiced here in the bottom of the 7th. McGarry at first base, Matsuzaki walks into second, and RJ Rue stays put at third. And Austin Gamel has a chance to do some serious damage. Bucks leading 4-0, and we'll see a mound visit here. Rich Price makes the long walk over from the Pilots bullpen to the mound. He looks towards the bullpen and makes the sign. That will be the day for Gunnar Mountcastle. And we'll take a quick step aside here at Mulcahy Stadium. Bucks have the bases loaded, lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, Mayor's Cup game number 3, Bucs leading 4-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Anchorage has loaded the bases, and that forces the Glacier Pilots to make a pitching change. Keenan Anzai coming in to relieve for the first time this season. Just the 3rd appearance of regular season play for the right-handed pitcher out of UC Davis. But boy, Milo, has he been impressive against the Bucs. 5 no-hit innings his last appearance, which came against this Bucs squad.
Yeah, and that was one of the crazier games that we have seen the entire season long. I mean, the Bucs ended up losing that one, but a game that they went into a one-frame no-hit, then they took the lead, and then they gave up the lead. But Enzai, that loss, or that win, was a big part into his start. He just looked excellent on the hill, so try to keep that up against the Bucs.
Unfortunate for Anzai, he inherits quite the difficult situation from Gunnar Mountcastle. Bases loaded with no outs. Austin Gamel at the plate, already a hit today, also reached via an air. Crowd gets loud, first pitch. Breaking ball slides into the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Nice slider from Anzai, starts off the outing. Strapped up his freshman campaign at UC Davis. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Gamel tried to chase the down-low fastball, and it's a 1-1 count. RJ Ruiz at third base. Ren Matsuzaki at second. Kai McGarry holds down the fort at first. Bucs trying to expand on a 4-0 lead here in the bottom half of inning number 7. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anzai looks in for a while for the sign from Freeland. Finally gets one he likes. The pitch. Gamel takes one down low. Cooper Siselsky on deck. Corey Bantum in the hole. Siselsky, one of the only player for the Bucs today who has not reached. It means it's been a good offensive day. Just 5 hits for the Bucs, but they have found other ways to get on the base paths. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gamel. The pitch. Down in the dirt. Nice job by Freeland to block it. Ended up just going in front of home plate. So avoided a run coming home on the wild pitch and evens out the count at 2 apiece. Gamel, we mentioned, had that single in the second. He's only had 3 multi-hit games this season. One of them, though, came just yesterday. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Gamel grounds one back to the pitcher Anzai. Throws home in time to throw the first. Also in time. And a 1-2-3 double play. Keeps a run off the board and gets Anzai into a much easier situation here. Lightning fast reflexes from Anzai to just dart the throw home. Rue out advancing, and also Gamel cannot get to first base in time. So, just like that, there's 2 outs with just 2 on. Runners at second and third for Cooper Siselsky, trying for that first reach of the day. First pitch, taken outside and low. Well, 1-2-3 double play. You don't see those all too often.
No, but that's also a thing about having the bases loaded, a force at every base. So sometimes that could work to the, it helps the pitcher out, and Anzai was on it.
Next pitch called for a strike, evens out the count at 1 apiece. This is just what you needed Anzai to come in and do. You're still just trailing by 4. You have 6 outs to do some damage offensively. If you can keep this at a 4-run lead, anything can happen. It's much harder if it's a 7 or 8-run deficit. Anzai holds his right arm out. Now we'll bring it to his glove for the 1-1 offering. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Fastball tailing outside, and Siselsky can't make contact. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 away. Pilots trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Bucs had the bases loaded with no outs, as Freeland will come to the pitcher's mound to talk things over with Anzai. And this would be a disastrous blown opportunity for the home team if they can't bring any runs across the plate. Bucs leading 4-0 in the bottom half of inning number 7, game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. Siselsky holds his bat high, now brings it around to his hitting stance. Relaxed approach in the righty's batter's box. The 1-2. Fastball just misses a hair low. Anzai put his full force into that one, began strutting off the mound, but instead will have to retreat back to the rubber now with a 2-2 count. Anzai wearing the number 37 jersey today for the Pilots. The 2-2 down in the dirt. We mentioned the jersey number because usually he rocks the number 44.
Yeah.
But didn't have enough in the gray uniforms, and he'll take over the number 37. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Cooper Siselski. The pitch. Breaks outside, and that's a full count walk offered to the Bucs left fielder. And the inning continues. It's been a long inning. This is just the 6th batter to come to the plate. But the Bucs have gotten aboard in just about every way possible. A single, a hit by pitch, and a pair of walks. You also have the double play. A ton has happened in this inning, and Corey Bantum's hoping this inning can continue. The left-handed designated hitter stands in the batter's box. Already a home run today. First pitch. Bantum watches a ball in the dirt. 1-0 the counts. Nice job by Freeland to scoot over and block that one from going all the way to the backstop. Sunny skies here in Anchorage, Alaska. Bucs going for the weekend sweep of the Pilots. Here's the 1-0. Fastball taken on the outside corner. 1-1 the count.
Oh, this would be quite the day for Corey Bantum if he could do something here. Already has the homer, has a single. Best game of the season by far.
2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. 1-1. Breaking pitch left outside. An RBI walk in the second, solo shot in the fourth, and then singled in inning number 6, but ended up stranded at second base. Runners take their leads at every bag. The 2-1. Fastball finds the outer third. Evens out the count at 2 apiece. Anzai laboring to get out of this inning with no damage done. Inherited a bases-loaded no-out situation from Gunnar Mountcastle 2 batters ago. Be very impressive to get out with no runs. Here's the 2-2. Fastball battled off to the left side. Sharp line drive from Corey Bantum. And he stays alive with the 2-2 pitch. Jaden Tokyo waits on deck. Top of the order, Logan Ewell in the hole here. Bottom of inning number 7 from Mulcahy Stadium. Bucs with a 4-0 lead over the crosstown rivals. Anzai looks in for the sign. The 2-2. Just outside. Tried to squeak the slider into the bottom outside corner to the lefty Bantum, but couldn't. And we've run full. Cooper Siselski drew a 3-2 walk. Bantum would love to do the same here. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away. The payoff pitch. Fastball hit high in the air towards right field, and it drops for a base hit. 1 runs in to score. Behind Matsuzaki is McGarry, and that's a 2 RBI single from Corey Bantum. How about a 4 day for the designated hitter? Bucs lead 6-0 in the bottom of the 7th.
Have a day. Corey Bantum, my goodness, 3 for 3 with an RBI walk. He has a homer, 2 singles. Wow, a breakout day.
Ball came down in a hurry in right center field, and Bantum board safely for the 4th time today. Jaden Toki at the plate. First pitch breaking ball into the zone for a strike. So Ren Matsuzaki and Kai McGarry into the dugout with runs. Cooper Siselski still on the base paths. He's over at 3rd. Here's the 0-1. Toki takes inside. First runs for the Bucs since the 4th inning. They had gone 8 outs without bringing a run across the plate, but the offense back alive in the bottom of inning number 7. Damage still left to be done. 2 outs, but 2 runners aboard. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed on the breaking pitch from Anzai. And Toki goes down in the count 1-2. Walked in the 6th, had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout in the 4th. Leads off of 1st and 3rd. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Off speed from Anzai gets Toki swinging, and that brings the bottom of the 7th to a close. But not before 2 more runs come across the plate. 2 runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners stranded. It's a 6-0 Bucs lead as we turn the page to the 8th.
Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, we turn the page to the 8th inning. Bucs on top 6-0 over the Pilots in game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. It'll be Cade Weiger in for a second inning of relief against the heart of the order. Andrew Becker, the 3-man, starts things off. First pitch. Fastball taken all the way for a strike. 0-1 the count. Becker has had a rare quiet day. 0 for 3. For the league leader in RBIs, hitting a cool 289. Here's the 0-1. Bounce towards second base. Gamel charges in, gloves it on a low hop, and throws to first in time. 4-3 putouts. Apologies, that's Grady Ferris in for his first inning of work. So another pitching change for the Bucs. Cal State Fullerton, recent product, recently entered the transfer portal. Now trying to get some more quality innings with the Bucs. Ferris stands tall on the mound, already 1 away. Next pitch. Misses low and inside to Adam Bergholt. Fourth pitcher of the day for the Bucs. It's been very quality. Here's the 1-0. Misses high and away. Bucs trying for back-to-back shutouts. That would mean a lot of BP for the pitchers.
It's true. Pitchers take BP after shutout games. Burkholt trying to snap that, though. Burkholt's already gone deep off of Ferris this season.
2-0, slam towards left field, and this one is gone. You just spoke that one into existence, Milo. Solo shot from Adam Burkholt on a smoker to left field. And it's a 6-1 ball game in the 8th.
Wow. 2 shots that have gone out to deep left. Burkholt seems to have Ferris's number just a bit. So, solo shot, though, still not a big deal for the Bucs. Up 6-1, you still have full control.
Ferris has been a very hit-or-miss pitcher this season for the Bucs. Has the strikeout stuff. First pitch to B.J. Rodriguez is high, but the home runs have just come back to haunt him this season. Gives up 1 on his second batter face this inning. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses low and inside. Well, the Pilots once again take the hit lead on the afternoon. They're out hitting the Bucs 7-6 despite the 5-run deficit. Here's the 2-0. Check swing on the outside fastball. First place umpire Ethan McCraney says he didn't go around.
Well, they out hit the Bucs in the 10-0, or was it game 1?
I believe it was game 1.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1. Misses or hits the zone for a strike. They out hit him in a 10-0 loss. That would be pretty impressive. Yeah, game 1, Pilots had 13 hits but fell 11-5 to the Bucs. Here's a 3-1. Hit in the air, right side of the infield, left side, excuse me. Toki gets under it and makes the grab over at third.
for out number 2. So nice pop out there induced by Grady Ferris, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Brings Edison Polanco to the plate. Started the day as the third baseman, now makes the move over to shortstop for the rest of the game. Waves his bat in the air. As Ferris steps off the mound, he wants a couple more seconds before firing the first pitch of the at-bat. Polanco with bright red arm sleeve on his left arm. First pitch taken inside. And has a pink wristband on his right arm. So lots of colors for the shortstop of El Paso Community College in California. 1-0, way inside. An Alaskan native getting to play some collegiate summer league ball in his home state before he returns to the JUCO circuit. It's always cool the mix of players you get out in this league. 2-0. Fastball clips the bottom corner. 2-1 the count. Polanco 0 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs as well as a fly out to left field. 2-1. Ferris misses inside on the heater. And Polanco moves ahead in the count 3-1. It's been a back and forth inning for Ferris, his first inning of relief. With the home run to Bergholt. 3-1. Popped high in the air towards right field. Logan Ewell drifts back and makes the grab for out number 3. Hard contact from Edison Polanco, but he can't reach the wall. And that brings the top of the 8th to a close, but not before a solo shot slammed over the left field wall by Adam Bergholt brings the Pilots within 5. It's a 6-1 Bucs lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, we play to the bottom of the 8th. Bucs leading 6-1. One more chance for some insurance before Anchorage tries to close it out in the top of the 9th. Bucs going for a series sweep in the 2025 Mayor's Cup. Keenan Anzai in for a second inning of work. He works against the top of the lineup. Logan Ewell starts things off. First pitch to the lefty, misses outside. 1-0 the count. Anzai came in inning number 7. Got out of a bases-loaded, no-out situation. Really impressive stuff. Here's the 1-0. Misses low.
Ewell trying to salvage his day today. He's yet to pick up a hit.
Did walk in the second, so he's been aboard one time. Bucs lead 6-1. Here's the 2-0. Ewell takes a fastball to the outside part of the zone. 2-1 the count. Late call there from home plate umpire Casey Mosier. But strike goes to Ewell, and it's a 2-1 count. Bucs with a 5-run lead. Next pitch. Same part of the plate this time. A tad outside. 3-1 the count. Pilots down to the very, very end of their shoestrings here in the Alaska Baseball League season. The 3-1. Hits the outside part of the zone to move it to a full count. A pair of losses in this game and Tuesday's contest brings the season to a close for the Pilots. They'll play the rest of the regular season, but it will eliminate them from ABL championship contention. The payoff pitch. Yule check swing, fouls it off to the left side. Of course, the Miners have already clinched their spot into the top of the World Series coming up this next week. However, the Bucs still trying to solidify their number 2 spot. They need a couple things to go their way. 3-2. Fastball misses outside. Logan Yule into first base. And there's a runner aboard with no outs here in the bottom of inning number 8. Good patience there, as we're going to see a pinch hitter, Landon Underhill, come into the game. So there is no rest today for Landon Underhill. The usual center fielder, second baseman, shortstop, whatever you want him to do, comes off the bench to pinch hit for Grant Haas in the bottom of the 8th. Anzai looks towards first place, turns his attention home. First pitch. Just hits the outside part of the zone, 0-1 the count. Interesting to see Underhill come in up 5 runs.
Yeah, maybe get Grant Haas off his feet and come back, first game back. I still see Grant Haas in the dugout. He's talking with everyone, so it seems like everything's okay.
Open stance for the lefty, the 0-1. Pitch misses low, evens out the count at 1 apiece. Logan Yule off of first. It'll be RJ Rue in the hole. Ren Matsuzaki up next for the Bucs. Here's the 1-1. Slider hits the outer third. Nice outside moving action from Keenan Anzai. Has it at a 1-2 count on Underhill. Not a guy who strikes out a ton. Haas finishes the day with an 0-for-3 line, but did have an RBI walk in the second. 1-2. Underhill grounds it sharply past the first baseman Klotz. Around second, Logan Yule. He chugs into third base safely. And a scorching ground ball reach for Landon Underhill in his first at-bat of the day, has the corners occupied here in the bottom of the 8th for the Bucs.
Yeah, that's one way to come off the bench. Hello, baseball. Ripped it into right.
Brings RJ Rue to the plate, the Baylor product, playing at first base today, a usual pitcher for this squad. Waves his bat in the lefty's batter's box. First pitch. Grounded up the middle. Shortstop Polanco grabs it, touches second, and throws to first in time for the 6-3 double play. Run comes across the plate to score. Logan Yule advances on the fielder's choice, and the Bucs lead 7-1 now in the bottom of the 8th. Well, probably not the result you wanted if you're Rue, but you do get the RBI, and the Bucs lead back up to 6.
You don't get the RBI, actually.
Or you don't?
Yeah, because if a double play, you don't get the RBI.
Ah, so close.
Yeah.
Well, the Bucs do get the run, 7-1, as Ren Matsuzaki comes to the plate. First pitch, breaking ball low, 1-0 the count. So the base is empty with 2 away. Matsuzaki waves his black bat in the air, the 1-0. Fastball just outside. Anzai has given up 3 runs now, but only one of them charged to him in the 8th inning. The 2 7th inning runs get charged to Gunnar Mountcastle. Here's the 2-0. Grounded up the middle, diving and missing is Edison Polanco. That's a scorching ground ball by Ren Matsuzaki to keep the inning going. He's looked good today.
Matsuzaki has taken a couple good hacks at the plate. He obviously doubled back in the second. Now a hard hit ball up the middle.
Also was hit by a pitch in the 7th and came around to score. Kai McGarry at the plate. Waiting for the first pitch. Here it comes. Outside. McGarry's had himself a solid day. Hasn't recorded a hit, but 3 walks and 2 runs. So once he gets on, he gets around the base pass. It's been the story all season long for the ASU outfielder. Here's a 1-0. Breaking pitch just hits the outside corner. It's a 1-1 count. McGarry has hits in 6 of the last 7 games, though, and would love to keep that pattern going here tonight. Maybe get a base knock here in the bottom of the 8th. Rests his long black bat on his shoulder, now brings it towards his face, the 1-1.
Opposite field, blooper towards right, and it drops into the glove of Ryan Christensen for out number 3. Well, that brings the 8th to a close, but not before one run comes across the plate. Logan Ewell scores the 7th run of the day for the Bucs. 1 run off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner stranded in the bottom of the 8th. Bucs need 3 outs to close it out as we turn to the 9th inning. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. To the 9th we go, and the Bucs bring on Colin Linder to try to close out a Mayor's Cup sweep here at Mulcahy Stadium. The right-hander out of Arizona State University tries for another quality appearance. Picked up his first save of the season in his last appearance. Won't be qualified for the save today. Already a 6-run lead for the Bucs, but he'll try to keep it at that. 7-1 Bucs lead as we go to the top of the 9th. Linder will have to face off against the bottom of the lineup. Hunter Klotz, Ryan Christensen, and Carter Freeland, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Pilots here tonight. And it begins with Klotz, the first baseman out of Kent State, who's had an up-and-down day. Singled in the 4th, walked in the 2nd, and then a strikeout in inning number 6. Klotz takes a check swing in the lefty's batter's box and readies for the first offering from Linder. Pitcher stands tall. Here's the first offering. Fastball misses high and outside. That's the pitch for Linder. If he can have his fastball into the zone, there's very few chances for batters to get hits.
Yeah, you know, he has that big windup. It takes a while to come home, but comes with heat.
1-0. Fastball high. 2 balls and no strikes on Klotz. Had his first hit of the weekend back in the 4th. Has not been the best offensive performance for the Kent State infielder. Here's the 2-0. Linder powers a fastball into the outer third. 2-1 the count. Run has not come across the plate against Linder yet this season. 4 innings pitched. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Heater from Colin, and it evens out the count at 2 apiece. So after a couple of uncompetitive pitches to start the at-bat, Linder has found his stride and tries to get the 3rd strike here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball swung on and missed at the letters of Hunter Klotz, and there's one away off of a K from Colin Linder.
And that's exactly where you want it. High, and so it's hard to catch up. When you got pitches that are up there, it's more tempting to swing closer to your eyes. So nice job by Linder.
Brings Ryan Christensen to the plate. Lefty. First pitch all the way for a strike on the heater from Linder.
Christensen has been prone to strikeouts this season, has 21 Ks on the year. Not a great matchup for Linder. 0-1. Misses outside. I should say not a great matchup for Christensen. It's a great matchup for Linder. He had 5 strikeouts in 2 innings his last appearance. He knows how to find the strike zone. Here's the 1-1. Pitch inside. Christensen moves ahead 2-1. The Sacramento State right fielder wants his second hit of the day. Singled back in inning number 2. Has shown his power this weekend. Already has a solo shot on the series. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And Christensen moves it to a 2-2 count. Linder tries for his second strikeout in as many batters. Holds his glove at his face. The windup and the pitch. Fastball chased high and outside, and there's 2 away. Back-to-back Ks from Colin Linder.
Keep it with the elevated fastball if you're Colin Linder. It's done you really nicely so far in this frame, and why not go back to it for the last potential batter of this matchup?
It's up to Carter Freeland, the left-handed catcher, to keep the game going. Linder stares in for the sign and the first pitch. Fastball misses high and away. 1-0 the count. Freeland recorded his first hit of the season against the Bucs in the 5th. Has a strikeout and a lineout to go along with it. 2 away, a 1-0 count. Next pitch. Fastball bounced foul towards the dugout of the Pilots. Well, already 9 Ks on the season for Linder through now 5 innings pitched. He would love to get lucky number 10 here and close out the win for the Bucs. Brings his dark glove to his face, now turns and fires. Pitch outside. Bucs with a win, advance to 14-11 on the season, knocking on the door of clinching the number 2 spot in the Alaska Baseball League. 2 balls and 1 strike. The next pitch. Fastball lined left side, soars out of play. And it moves the count to 2-2. Linder now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning and getting the Bucs out of this game. 7-1. Anchorage Bucs lead top half of inning number 9. Couple practice swings for Freeland. He's ready. The 2-2. Curveball hit high in the air towards right field. Drops in front of Logan Ewell. And that will keep the inning going. So, nice piece of hitting on the breaking ball from Freeland. And there's 1 aboard with 2 outs. The game will play on for at least 1 more batter.
And now Jack Boots who gets an at-bat against Colin Linder. So, this should be an interesting matchup.
Have a high power 5 Division I arm against Jack Boots, who just graduated high school. First pitch. Boots. Big swing and a miss at a fastball from Linder. And you have to imagine Boots may has never seen a fastball quite this fast. No balls and 1 strike. The next pitch. Fastball outside. Think you see anything other than the straight heat from Linder here?
Probably not. I think you just got to pummel the zone. If you get a couple more in, should be successful.
1 ball and 1 strike. Linder from the stretch. Gets a sign he likes and pitches. High and away.
Well, Jack Boots isn't going to swing at things that are outside the zone, so got to make sure to pummel in.
He's had a busy weekend. Pitched in game number 1 and 2 of the series. Was not going to play today, but came in for Dylan Marks after he took a pitch to the helmet a couple of innings back. Here's the 2-1. Down in the dirt. And Boots ahead in the count now 3-1. Linder was 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. The last at bat, now he falls behind 3-1 to Jack Boots. Linder dangles his right arm, now brings it to a glove. The 3-1. Boots takes a fastball down the middle, and it's a 3-2 count. Full count, 2 away. Freeland will be off and running on the payoff pitch from Linder. Ethan McCraney moves to the B spot as the field umpire.
And the 3-2. Runner takes. Pitch grounded softly towards short. Underhill scoops and throws in time. And the Bucs have swept the Mayor's Cup in dominating fashion. 7-1, the Game 3 final. And the Bucs in firm control of second place in the Alaska Baseball League.
They clinched it yesterday, but why not go out and complete the sweep? It's exactly what they did, and it was a front to end finish for the Bucs today. And the offense did well, bits and pieces here and there. They scored, and Cade Finazzo started off the game really, really strong for the third straight time.
Finazzo dazzled early on. The offense came around and supported him, and the Bucs win 7-1 for back-to-back Mayor's Cups titles. First time that the Bucs have done that since all the way back in 2018. The Bucs moved to 14-11 on the season, 5.5 games back of first place. The Pilots dropped to 8-17 at the season, 11 games back at the moment. We'll take a quick step aside and get your totals in just a second. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, your final in game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. The Bucs take down the Pilots 7-1 to advance to 14-11 on the season and earn a series sweep in the 2025 Mayor's Cup. Let's get your final scores and lines here from Mulcahy Stadium. The Bucs with a dominating performance, and it was offense across the board for the Bucs. It all started off in the one spot with Logan Ewell. Did not record a hit, but was able to draw 2 walks today and came around to score in the 8th inning, the final run of the day for the Bucs. That lucky number 7 that kept things going for Anchorage on the offensive side of things. Grant Haas came in for his first start since all the way back on July 2nd. Back from injury, he looked good. An RBI walk in the second. He also gave way to Landon Underhill, who singled in inning number 8. RJ Rue over at first base had a walk and a single back in inning number 7. Ren Matsuzaki, a very solid day for the catcher. RBI double in the second inning, hit by pitch in the 7th. He had a single in the 8th, and overall 2 runs scored for the catcher. Kai McGarry, 2 runs today off of 3 walks, not record a hit, but only 0 for 1 on his line. Austin Gamel with a hit in the second inning, came around to score and reached via an error in the 3rd. 0 for 3 day for Cooper Zaselski, did get a walk in the 7th. Corey Bantum, what a day for the designated hitter. A home run in the 4th. That was the highlight of a 3 for 3 day with 4 RBIs for the Southwest Minnesota State product. Excellent stuff out of Bantam. And Jaden Choke goes 0 for 3 with a walk in the 6th and a sacrifice fly in inning number 2. It'll be Cade Finazzo who gets the win on the mound for the Bucs. He goes 5 innings, gives up 6 hits, but no runs, and he continued to look really, really good, Milo.
Yeah, I mean, it's been now a couple starts in a row where Cade Finazzo has looked absolutely dominating. And it's good to see, because when you go into the playoffs, it's just 3 games. You want to have 3 really solid starters. So not knowing the future of the team in terms of who's going to be here, Cade Finazzo is a lockdown guy that the Bucs seem like they can trust. When he goes out there and throws because he's just shoving right now.
Anthony Steinoff, Cade Weigert, Grady Ferris, and Colin Linder combined for 4 innings of 1-run relief. The lone run, a solo shot by Adam Bergholt back in inning number 8. Moving to the final lines for the Pilots. Dylan Marks in the leadoff spot, an 0-for-3 night. Did have a hit by pitch in the 7th. Came out of the game. Jack Boots took things over and was playing over at third base. Jet Ruby, a really solid night. 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Continues to up that batting average, now close to the 300 mark on the season. Andrew Becker, a rare 0-for-4 night at the center field spot. Adam Bergholt, another star-studded night. Solo shot in the 8th. He went 1 for 3 with a run, a solo shot, and a walk. BJ Rodriguez, 0-for-4 tonight. Behind him, Edison Polanco went 0-for-4 as well. Hunter Klotz gets a single in the 4th inning on a 1-for-3 night. Also drew a walk. 1-for-4 for Ryan Christensen. He got his 3rd hit of the year back in inning number 2. And Carter Freeland, a 2-for-4 night for the catcher. Kept things going in the 9th, but it was too little, too late for the Pilots. On the mound tonight, the loss goes to the starter, Jackson Halverson. He falls to 2-1 on the year after giving up 4 earned runs in 4 innings of relief. Looked really good, except a rough 2nd inning. Gunnar Mountcastle and Keenan Anzai combined for 4 innings of relief. They gave up 3 earned runs, 2 charged to Mountcastle, 1 to Anzai. Stuff was kind of working at times tonight for the Pilots. They just could not put the full product together.
Yeah, his strikeout stuff. I mean, the backdoor slider today was one of the best pitches I've seen all season long from anyone. Jackson Halverson had that pitch working, but the Bucs got to him in the 2nd inning. That's when the game sort of opened up for the Bucs. They scored 3 there, and then another run in the 4th off the Corey Bantum homer. That's when the game really felt like the Bucs had control. So yeah, Jackson Halverson looked like he had good stuff, but overall the Bucs got to him at the right times, and therefore they were able to win this one pretty easily in the end.
The right time was inning number 2 when the Bucs scratched a couple of runs across the plate, and that was all the Bucs needed to take this one. The Bucs now with a day off on Monday before traveling to Herman Brothers Field on Tuesday for a matchup between the 2nd and 1st place teams. The Bucs take on the league-leading Matsu Miners in what very well could be a preview of the championship series. First pitch from that one starts at 6 p.m. We'll be on the air at 5:45 with pregame here on the Anchorage Bucs Baseball YouTube channel. Your final score tonight from Mulcahy Stadium in game number 3 of the Mayor's Cup. It's the Anchorage Bucs 7, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 1. For Milo Hoffman, my name's Alex Burstein saying so long and have a great night.